it on to the big dogs over there to our right, Sean and Max. Take it easy. Have a good one. Take care.
Hey guys, 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Almost said Thursday there. Wow. We are still trying to hold on to positive territory here across the board. Green for the most part. We've given back pretty much everything. Right back to where we started in the pre-market this morning, essentially 0.09 for the S&P 500, 0.1 right now for the S&P. The Dow, a little bit better off, 0.5%. Remember, yesterday at this time, the Dow did lag right across the board, unfortunately. NASDAQ, both the composite and the 100, still green as well, 0.1, 0.3 across the board, though, well off the highs, obviously following some bank earnings that we got in the pre-market this morning. If you were with us at 8:30, we touched on JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup headlining as far as earnings today. We'll get more going into next week. BAC will come through. Goldman Sachs will come through. We get Tesla next week. We get Netflix next week. So a ton to look forward to as far as earnings to come. But I zoomed out a lot here on this chart. But there we go. Right back to basically pre-market levels here for the Qs, the SPY as well. Looking very similar, chopping around, not doing a heck of a lot on a Friday afternoon. Here is that JP Morgan, same story. Nice move in the pre-market following the report. We give that all back. Did try to bounce. There was a nice bounce to 150. Comes back to 150 now from underneath and is struggling, unfortunately. So we'll keep an eye on the banks, but it was the banks that led things downside after we got that Michigan sentiment number that came through at 10 o'clock. If you missed that, much higher than expected, first of all, on the actual Michigan sentiment number, but the 1 year and 5 year inflation expectation numbers were also higher than usual, and that kind of kicked off some of the selling in the overall market. Yeah, we were wondering if this morning the banks would be a trade. It was two-way action, guys, pre-market to start higher, and then we give it all back. Welcome to a Friday afternoon.
All right, welcome back, Max. Your last time with me, congratulations. Okay, we had a very, very interesting morning and then late morning into what we are right now. We're short Microsoft. This looks like this will come out, but we've made money on Microsoft on this short. We've been shorting right now 47s and just getting them out down here. So this has been a good trade. We tried the long there at 47. That didn't hold. We got out immediately, and then we waited for that low of the day to break. Once that did, it's been raining in right now on Microsoft, but of course holding this position against us. About to get out if it breaks up too much further than 347. But yeah, welcome back, welcome back. AMD in your face. In my face at the end of the day. We are still red on AMD, but you know, you could sit here with all this experience and everything. We are going to talk about banks in a minute. All this experience and everything like that, and then you get carried away, and you don't follow your rules, and you get absolutely rinsed off the open. And then all of a sudden, we go back to who we are, trading off support and resistance, making sure that we're watching relative strength versus relative weakness, and so on and so forth. And the next thing you know, boom, goes the dynamite, and we have now a $5 winner on AMD, but it's only on a small piece. So it's good though. The only reason I'm trying to hold this and talk about it is like, you know, don't ever get discouraged about your own trading. I mean, even when we were in this trade and you know, didn't even have this one, I was telling you guys, you know, Apple, this is, you know, this short. Okay, AMD, Coinbase, we've talked about how we traded that today and how that went out for us, right? And then, you know, Google, all right? You know, oh, that's the new short. No, yeah, we only have one short right now for Google, actually. That's nicely done in the money to the down. That's a new position, actually. Intel, you know, what's up to Shakiba? I was looking for you, Shakiba. I was trying to tag you in my Twitter post, but right there, 33.80. Look at that. Out right down there at 33.25 at the bottom of the day. We'll take that all day, every day. Plus Microsoft is what we're in right now. So, you know, stay true to the positions that you have and to how you trade. And I think at the end of the day, we can all make a little bit of money here and stay strong. So that's it. I just want to talk a little bit about that because that's what I do. So, all right, banks of trade. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, and I wish I would have had that horse sense on JP Morgan this morning. But we did talk about this move coming up to the upside and just didn't know enough about the bank earnings. It's just, it was well up. We broke through that 150. It was barcoding like this, and it was just a tale of two trades. It was like it either breaks 154 or it breaks 152 to the downside. So it's 152.50. So it's not about sitting here and saying we called this move down, because unless there's little ticks here, I don't have the trade. But we've seen bank earnings, and this is what I was giving from my experience. We've seen banks give it back on earnings. Now, you guys could go find the math on that. Maybe that's not true, but that's how I feel happens. The numbers come out, and then after the conference call, it's not so rosy anymore, because the CEOs are trying to be realistic about what they see moving forward. And the bank CEOs are never rosy. They're always like, okay, well, if this happens, then this, and if that happens, then this. So I always feel like there's more about what's coming for banks than what we think. And they're always very cautious. That's sort of, you don't think that when like when you say banks and cautious, you're like, oh, what about that whale at JPM that lost $6 billion, whatever, trading currency 10 years ago? Or what about WFC and TD Bank signing up fake accounts? But when it comes to earnings, and you're talking about where the stock is going to go, I feel like they always sort of bid up during it comes out, numbers come out, then everyone's loving it, then they start talking, then the bids start dropping, and so does the stock. So WFC gave it all back, so did JP Morgan. What was the other one that we had reporting today? It was Citigroup, right? Yeah. So Citigroup saying, wow, okay. Wow, Citigroup even worse. Citigroup was about flat on the report there. Then that dropped now down 3%. So yeah, banks in a little bit of trouble here, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what they said on those conference calls. Must have been not that great. We talked about that 150 level being key on JP Morgan. It actually gives you two great trades off of it. You could have taken the 150 long bounce off the open. A little bit of sketchy buying into this fear, but they held it on the bid and then rips up. And then you take the 250 break back down in the afternoon, and you get $1.50 out of it. So, if the question is, were the banks a trade today? Yeah, there was trades on them for sure. I didn't really see it. I would have wanted the long, breaking highs probably if I was going to take a bank trade. But yeah, too bad on these ones. I guess, the bank fear is still there a little bit. Not ready to break out of these lows that we've been at.
All right, let's go on to Tesla here. On the other hand, has definitely not given everything back today. We did test that pre-market low initially going into the midday, but nice move to say the least. Right back to yesterday's, or last week's, I guess it was, high of that 284, 284.50. We did fail off that pretty hard, but still holding higher here, guys. Nice look for Tesla today. There was that $7,500 tax credit note suggesting that they could wrap that up a little bit sooner than expected, but they're still taking advantage of it.
It's just funny because the two number one names on here, we're going to talk about the other names coming through as well, but I don't have any trades on Tesla or the banks today. But we did talk about it during the show and during the pre-show. So if you do want to join us every single day, we do start live at 8:30, where we go over a lot of different trade ideas and some different names that Brendan, myself, and Max have sort of procured through, I don't do it, but so these guys have procured through various sources. And Tesla, yeah, did have that report today. Possible, it looked a little negative, the report about the tax credits maybe coming off in the new year. But I said the same thing that Tesla, and me and Max have both talked about this, seems like it just was the name that wasn't going. And then now today, we come right back in. And I feel like this Tesla trade, Max, and you've had some good winners on Tesla in the past for sure. It's like once it holds these pre-market levels, you can have monster winners with very little risk, because if you're right about Tesla, then you have this huge move up. And today, 276, right into these pre-market bottoms, held. Sure, you might have had to go down. Well, first of all, the pre-market bottoms are 277, but you're definitely holding that, I would think, at 30, 40, 70 cents against yourself down to the bottom. And if you don't like the trade there on Tesla, well, guess what? It comes right back at 11 o'clock and gives you that same long again. I almost feel like this is yesterday's chart, see, so Tesla yesterday did the same move. Came in, faded out, gave us that long again off of some support early, and then busted upside. So it's doing the same thing today. Tesla continues to be a monster. I love that long. I think it's dangerous to short. I mean, even today when the market did give most of it back, and I'm not sure if it turned, we won't be able to tell. I don't think it turned red, or maybe it did, but Tesla is still up 1.67%, stronger than the market. Maybe the tides are turning on this name, and we can start to push a lot of longs.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of outlined yesterday's move. I think it was kind of mid-morning. We were looking at Tesla coming into that 276.5 price after it rolled over the 280. And I outlined yesterday's move that's exactly what happened yesterday. We run into a top in the morning early, come right back into those pre-market lows and then break it. And I said the 280 break later on may just be good. And it was, and I was not here.
Isn't that funny?
So then I decided to get long up here at 284 like a number of times and kind of got smoked up here trying to get that 285 push through. I was kind of thinking like sometimes you get these moves in the afternoon on Tesla that don't make any sense and you're pushing through highs. 284.5 was the previous high. So I was thinking we could get that extension. We didn't and flush back in, but now we're holding well above VWAP. We're holding well above that 280 breakout. So Tesla looking bullish. We said this morning, isn't Tesla due for a $10 move? And what do we get today? We get a $9.50 move off the bottom there on Tesla. So yeah, back to the long side for this one. I will be watching Tesla Monday morning for sure. I don't see any trades on it necessarily today unless we come back into this 280.5 price and maybe hold that on the bid, or you do a little, dance below and blast right back through 281 and try to make another push up here. But yeah, nice job for the longs on Tesla today. Absolutely monster move for a stock that had bad news.
I just saw TTD, the trade desk, pop up there in front of me. It's not really doing much, but heads up on that. There was some volume that came into the trade desk. Here's UBS. We were discussing this in the pre-market if you were with us as well. UBS coming through with the upgrade for Microsoft today. Yeah, going to $400 on their price target, 50 and change to go. We did test above 350 this morning on the gap up. But not much follow-through, guys, to say the least here for Microsoft today.
It's so funny because we have 57 fills today on Microsoft, and we are flat on the stock. We're board flat. Like we're basically not even paying fees. It's all going to be position dependent. I have a small position right now that's out of the money, about 10 cents. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully this will be able to hold out. But yeah, man, another big break today. They got that upgrade, as you just mentioned, and yeah, flying early, Microsoft. The sad thing about it is we missed this trade, right? I mean, this was the big trade right here, this 343 break, but then when you come in and you can't do anything about it because it's already well above. So 343.50 coming into play there, that would have been the right long break, but not unfortunately, it's pretty fortunate that we're still here on Microsoft. But yeah, we missed that opportunity, and then it breaks 350. So we've seen this before, man. Max and I have been here all week. We had Nvidia break yesterday. We had Meta break on Monday, I believe, or maybe Tuesday. And today was Microsoft's turn to break a key level of 350. And when it did the first time, it was hot fire all the way straight to the upside.
Rundown brought to you
Hello.
by Trade Ideas, real-time scanning
we were
and alerting
able to get
used
something
on the
out
desk
up
by
there.
everyone you see on
You
the show.
must
See what's moving
have
in the
a stock
moment.
screener
Check
with
out the
Trade
QR
Ideas. So
code
definitely make
bottom
sure that you do follow Trade Ideas and get Trader TV 20 to get your promotion right now for Trade Ideas. Shout out to Michael Noss, who was on our show earlier. But there it is right there. We got something out. We tried it again around 349.50 or so. Remember, that was going to be our targeted out. We went back and forth there. So after all said and done, we weren't necessarily up on Microsoft. This was about pretty flat because, we got stopped out. So we make about $1.50 on the best part of it. Sorry, $1.20 on the best part, and then lost on the rest, which was probably about 20% left. We lose that about 70 cents. Screwed around with it a little bit there at 347, and then now we've been hitting it short and making some of that money back. So it's really a flat trade. If there was a huge move down, that would be great, but we did take that day low break right there of 46.50. So we did have that twice, and that paid off every time. It's right now that's the problem. So we'll wait on Softy, and I know you had that same trade.
Yeah, that was a good breakout. If you weren't looking for the trend, if you're like, let me just scalp this 350 breakout, gives you that $1.50 almost, not even $1.50, I guess like $1.20. So not the best breakout ever, but it is Microsoft. This is one of the biggest companies in the world. It takes a lot of capital to move the price of this stock. I really thought that we could trend today and pull back into that 350 and then go. So I end up losing more on these reloads down here than I actually made on the move up initially, which is too bad. But yeah, that 350 breakout, pretty solid. I mean, that's kind of been the theme of the day. The breakouts happen, but then they don't continue unless you're trading, of course, that Nvidia, which I'm sure we will get to shortly. But yeah, no follow through on Microsoft. Still holding 345 though, which is kind of where we wanted to buy the dip this morning anyway. So holding the range. Microsoft all-time high incoming in the next couple of weeks, I can only imagine.
Those days when you can, hold on, here we go. Put this chart, this is the NASDAQ futures, over top of, this is obviously Meta. So very, very similar in what has happened overall throughout the session. We were talking about this Threads report this morning from CNBC. They were suggesting signups falling off a cliff, 20% downside. Users, active users, 50% less in a week. So the viability in question already just a week into existence for Meta. Obviously, that was going to happen. It was never going to hold the crazy pace that it started with. But one of those days when we get that kind of turnaround in the overall market, guys, holding basically flat here, down 0.5%.
Yeah, part of being patient is exactly that, and you have to wait for the trade to develop. And for me on Meta, you can see what it's doing right now. This is a 3-minute chart, so a little bit of a longer time frame right here, where we've just kind of been barcoding for the last little bit. You do have a 313 area that you could short, but to me, that's not as good as waiting and being patient for somewhere up here near 315, 316. I don't think that, you know, the Meta team or anything like that would be overly concerned about a slowdown in signups. Obviously, you want to keep the train rolling and you want to keep that going. But we sort of expected that, just like Brendan said. The fact that you could just sign up with one click and everyone has, I don't want to say everyone, but most people have a Instagram account, so that made that real easy. Just, you know, easy to get these positions, easy to get threads. So I don't, you know, again, be surprised that this is what's happening? No, not really. Does it worry me that something like this is happening to Meta? Maybe, and that's why we wait for that 310 break, right? I'm still long the stock. I think it's a huge winner if you do own this for the long term. Maybe not buying it at these levels, let everything settle down. We are weeks away from their next earnings report. I think that's the key. Wait so you get your answer. What do they see with Threads? Where is Threads going? Has it ate into some of their Instagram ad revenue maybe? I don't know what they're going to say, right? Are they focusing on it or are they not? Is this just a project that they're going to see, let it go to the wind? Or are they expecting, they already came out and said they're expecting, I think it was $1 billion in revenue by 2025 from Threads. So we do know that there is an idea there for them. And let's see if it can work. Meta, all-time high is still 380. We've seen them drop down. They got killed just after the pandemic there and some of those tops in 2022. So you could see right now sort of the plan of action here with Meta. I think it's strong, the name, and I'd like to see this 310. I'd like to see what happens when it's actionable. It came in there yesterday. This is yesterday. No, this is today in the morning at 310. We bounced off there yesterday. We talked about that. And we also bounced off 300 back then as well. So 310 could be that line in the sand, right? That if we break it, we're going to hit that short. If not, we just wait to see what happens on Monday. You don't need to be in every name all the time. Meta today, just not super exciting to me. Down 0.56 and really, in the last little while, hasn't been doing much. So we'll stay with names that potentially are going to move a little bit more, like a Google, AMD, so on and so forth.
Yeah, at 310 break, the only trade that I would have had on Meta today. That was the only thing that I was willing to take. I thought we might be able to get down to 304, 300, but apparently, you know, bad news isn't really bad news at all. I thought it was kind of bad. You know, you sign up all these people and then nobody's actually using the platform, but you know, I guess you got to give it some room to breathe, give it some room to.
Hold on, I want to clarify something. Was the story that no one's using it? Or
Yeah,
they had
their
a decline?
active users have declined since.
Active users, okay. I wasn't sure if it was just signups decline, like rate of change for signups, but Brendan's saying both. So yeah,
both, okay.
I mean, I could talk to that too. I mean, I signed up for it. I was on it. I probably put out 10 threads or whatever in the first couple of days, and then today I just posted a few charts, and I think I'll keep putting the sticky note there, but I don't know.
I mean, you might as well. If people start using it, then
you might as well. I mean, I'm doing everything for the show anyways, right? It's not like I'm not. You know, something I like to post some pictures of my kids and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's to gain an audience, and people like some people don't like Meta. They don't like some of the politics behind that as well. And it's the same thing for Twitter, right? And I've even had some comments, and again, this is not a political show, and people will probably do this on the chat. Probably I shouldn't do it, but it's just like there are some people that will only use Twitter because of those beliefs, and then there's some people I'm sure that will like to prefer to use Threads because maybe they're on that side. Anyways, that's just something that I think that Meta's going to have to work around, right? A reputational thing, same thing as Twitter. My end game is still for Elon to bring this thing back at greater than $53 billion. I think he could IPO it and figure that out, to be honest with you. We'll
Market
see,
goes
man.
back up.
Smartest guy in the room is in the room for a reason. So, see, like people are already saying they'll never use Apple products and stuff like that, right? So, people have their opinions, and that's why an opinion is like something else. We all have one, you know what I mean? So,
exactly.
a nose, that's what I was going to say. All right, over there to Brenda, what else do you want to talk about? Nicola, oh my God.
Moving higher, I was just reading a note on Microsoft. There was that security breach that happened earlier in the week. PanW coming out essentially saying Microsoft still has a long way to go as far as security is concerned, or cybersecurity is concerned with their products right across the board. I wanted to mention this as well. Here's Netflix day lows right now after a huge move in the pre-market to 460. We give all that back and then some. It's now down 1.4% for Netflix, 1.45%. Wedbush came out with this outperform rating, and they specifically pointed to this actors strike as potentially benefiting some of the platforms on the streaming side of things because of the content they already have. They also pointed to sports-related streaming content to benefit during this actors strike, which is kind of a no-brainer. But speaking of, coming back to earth a little bit, Nicola, looking similar. Touches $3 or almost $3, and then straight to the downside to $2. Dollar range straight southbound after that huge move yesterday for Nicola.
All right, so you might saw me in the chat. Let's go AMD. Let's go to the downside right now as that's starting to break lower and lower and lower, down through 520. We did take, where did I get filled here on Microsoft? 56 is there from short 80. So we'll just take a fill right there on Microsoft. Not trying anything. I have more bids lower here. I actually don't have any more bids at 346. So I'll have to get to that immediately to figure that out. So we'll get some Microsoft bids out there as the market's trying to come back in. But we did the work for it, not for everybody. I mean, you guys are doing your own work. But Nicola, I don't want to say an easy trade because no trade is easy in my opinion. Whenever you're putting real money on the line, like Max and I are, it's difficult. You have to make sure that you got the right levels, and then if not, then you got to worry about your share size and all that kind of stuff. But as Brendan just said, Nicola to $3, when this was brought up to our attention in the pre-market. Oh, before I forget something, I got to say props up because
Rundown brought to you by Trade Ideas, real-time scanning and alerting used on the desk by everyone you see on the show. See what's moving in the moment. Check out the QR code, bottom right corner of the screen.
All right, so what I got to do, Brendan just loves reading scripts up there. It's like I can't stop the guy. Yo, cut Brendan's mic next time he does that, man. No, but what I was getting at was we talked about that Nicola short. Oh, what I want to do is pause it up. Long this yesterday, if we can get maybe my face on here or something. If we long this yesterday, super chat at $120. Told us to grab some beers. Don't have to tell me more than once. So we went there. I went there, grabbed some. What did you have for lunch, by the way? You always have something good. Where did you guys go?
I just had some pork and sweet potatoes from home.
Oh, okay. So you got some home stuff. Okay. Anyways, alcohol has been secured. So I've sort of said that at 3 o'clock.
All right.
Right, you're down. Brendo's down. I've confirmed with Brendo. So we are going to crack a drink. So please, everybody, get one for yourself. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, iced tea, tea. Mike's hard tea, any kind
Twisted
of tea.
tea?
Twisted tea.
I used to like the twisted teas.
People love twisted tea.
They're a little sugary
sweet.
now, though. I don't know.
Twisted tea has a twisted tea light apparently now.
Yeah, but that's probably gross.
I'm just saying they have.
It's probably like aspartame or something, isn't it?
Oh, well, now all of a sudden everyone's against aspartame because of today?
I have been against aspartame since day one.
Well, drinking pop in general, I don't know. Aspartame must be in other things.
I mean, I'd rather just drink sugar, Screw it.
Yeah, screw that. Yeah, drink sugar, straight sugar. Like pour the sugar in a cup and drink it. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
way
why
better.
not?
Way better. But all right. So, anyways, join us at 3 o'clock. Hydration Nation, whatever you want. We will be cracking one to celebrate the day and celebrate the week. And I want to thank Long this yesterday, who just made a paltry $50,000. So it's it's not much. We'll celebrate that. We'll tip it up for our friend along this, who only goes long. So yesterday was a great day. I don't know if he only goes long. But right there, okay, so $3. We already talked about that. A little birdie told me that there was a few traders, not on this floor, but that made a lot of money shorting this trade at $3. I feel like you have to pay for shorts probably on Nicola, but if not, there it was right there. We got right back into that, really on some kind of, no product, no PE, no news. Definitely just faded it to the upside there to near $3. Let's see what happens now. Wow, okay. Now we're really starting to get pumped up here. All right, let's go Microsoft. I'm just going to punch out a little bit right now. See? Oh, whoa. Cancel. Yes, sir. I was bidding 23s. That's okay. We would have got filled. I did not want to get missed there. Here comes Microsoft. I know Prado was long, but he got out of his long, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we go to the downside for Softy. There it is, another 50 cents in the money. Oh, my God. I'm almost... Can I get green today is the question. I put way too much risk on AMD early. I talked about that. You're not going to find too much, I don't know. I mean, I know Max is pretty honest. I'm not sure there's going to be another honest, I don't care about my net. I'll tell you guys, where we are. And we had a bad hit there on AMD, but we're trying to make it all back. And we're doing that right now. $6 in the money on AMD, $1 in the money now on Apple, and then one trade on Google today, and it's working out right now as well basically off of VWAP off that top. So as the market falls down, I'm with you, Dan Emmons, and everybody out there. Let's get on our gates of hell and see if this market can finally get, did that not work? No, animation's off. But we'll see if we can get on this bear here, Max. There it is. And see what happens to this downside as here we go. We're starting to pump a little bit. I am going to take a little bit of profit out here on Google just to make sure that, we are at that level of 125. Let's put a bid right here, right now at 125.04. Hopefully it comes in and fills us. We just wicked down to 125. Let's keep this train going so far here, Max. There it is. We got it. So that's it. And we got it good. Yes, good trade there on Google. That is the board for today. Make sure you do sign up for trade ideas. There's another super chat right now. Let's go have a look to see what's up with that. We have to go back to Brendan. We can go back to him at any time if you want to wrap this thing up. Well, we're not getting tequila. We're not getting tequila. But thank you so much, man, for that Smyrna have. All right, thank you so much for that, man. We really appreciate it. And yeah, maybe we'll get tequila next week to celebrate something else.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows? We do have, there are some traders behind us that are pretty excited. Obviously, we're going to watch the Activision Blizzard deletion today. That should come out around 350 when we get those NASDAQ imbalances. Of course, Max and I will show you the imbalances. If that does come out, we do expect ATVI to have a little bit of a downside push there into the close. How everybody trades it is completely up to themselves, right? So you're going to wait to see. There should be a push down on Activision heading into the close if that imbalance is going to come out. So again, we've had a lot of traders on our floor, not on our floor, sorry, on the chat, talk about market on closing trades. So if anybody does have a source for Activision, let us know if you do see a big mock imbalance, because the earlier we can know about it, maybe the better. Maybe we build a position. And on that note, I am taking this breakdown right there, 90-60 break, day low break on Activision Blizzard. I'll put some shares in just to see what happens. So we have 91 VWAP. This is worth 40 cents to me. If it's going to be a deletion, remember Activision's being bought by Microsoft for somewhere up here, $95. So we'll wait to see if that does come true. Sometimes you get information that's not necessarily true as the share size. It could be a small deletion. The mock could also get paired off. This is not something that we expect to be a secret, right? And so you do have to be very, very careful with the pairings and everything like that. But I just want to talk about that because, Max, I know that you and I will be looking at it, not necessarily trading it, but looking at it into the close. So I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a heads up. Come on, Microsoft. Hopefully I can get to the downside. And we talked about not being positive on Microsoft, but now we're 6 for 7 today. 7 names, 6 positive names. They only won Advanced Micro Devices.
That AMD, I cannot say that I'm 6 for 7 today. I believe I'm 1 for 6. So, way she goes. Some days,
let's go softy, man.
When it rains, it pours, I guess is what they say. But, we're still okay. Made more yesterday than I'm down.
That's
today.
it. And I was actually going to talk to you about that and to everybody on the floor or on our stream here today. I just took another piece out on Microsoft. I mean, let's go. And I said this yesterday. Sometimes I go on these little rants, and I'm not going to do one now. But it's just about making sure that you are a risk manager. That's the biggest thing about Day Trade the World. We have Greg, we have Brankles over there. They're looking to make sure that traders aren't overexposed based on, you know, past performances and things like that. We have checks and balances here, but every trader at home, you have to be your own checks and balance, right? And if you're not feeling it on one certain day, or you're not reading the market properly, or you know that you're sort of getting yourself into a hole, and all of a sudden you're not following different rules that maybe you've set out for yourself, at that point, you have to back away. You have to say, you know what? My risk today is minus $1,000 or whatever level you're at. You know, I don't make more than $1,000 in a day. Therefore, why would I lose more than $1,000 in a day, right? We often have Neil on here and says he looks at his P&L every quarter. That's his style. You know, I look at mine every 5 seconds. So that's my style, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. Everybody does something different, and do what works for you. And that's why, Max, no matter how much, and that's what I'm saying, no matter how much you made or lost yesterday, as long as we're keeping under control, greater than zero today versus yesterday, right? So you make $1,000. If you lose 900 today, you're still up that $100 over 2 days. I mean, you buy yourself a case of beer or something. But, you know, other than that, there's really not much you can do other than manage your risk and just keep on taking the best trades that you see. And
as long as the good days are better than the bad ones, that's all you can do, I guess.
Crypto going down a little bit?
Everything is going down, eh?
Oh,
so
Coinbase was another stock we traded.
Do we find support at flat on the market, or are we going to have a down day here?
Tell me a level you want to buy Coinbase at.
$100?
Get your bids ready.
Jeez.
I mean, I knew you were going to say that, obviously, because I
did want like 101 or 102. Actually, I did want, but you know, we've obviously gotten through there. So
when's beer o'clock?
Yeah.
You know, we'll check.
Yeah, I mean, you know, end of a long week here. I'm ready for the beers. But obviously not yet. It's a little early for that. Yeah, Nvidia giving everything up. I mean, I think it's still positive on the day. No, Nvidia is now negative on the day, so sells off the entire gap. I tried to buy the dip a couple times here. Tried it through 464, didn't work. Tried it at the bottom, and I got stopped out by like 1 penny before it took off. But gives up that 460, and now just trading lower on Nvidia. So, you know, everybody who was offside covered, shot the thing up another $20, which is insane, and then we sell the whole thing back down. You get to these key levels, and sometimes, especially on Fridays, when you have these key option prices, 480 is probably a key option price. You get there, and then that's the end of the move because everything has been done by the time you get there. And yeah, that 480 short, we talked about it on the morning show. You could have taken that structured risk management. You're risking, I don't think it got to 480.85. I believe high of day is 50 there. So you're risking like 40 cents on this one. And it gives you the entire move of the last couple days, or the last 2 days basically, back down into 456. Crazy move, $25 off the top there on Nvidia. If you are short that, like, I don't know where you even cover. Where's the gap down to?
Whoopsies.
450 is the gap price. So yeah, how did we break 450, get to 480, and we're all the way back down there? That's a head scratcher.
Okay, so 309. Look at Meta, 309.97.
Oh, Meta's coming in.
309, yeah, 85. All right, I'm just setting it up. You might have. Oops, sorry, wrong stock. I still on Coinbase. I wanted to talk about Coinbase, and all of a sudden Meta started going. Shout out to the chat there that brought that to my attention. They're like, oh, Sean, look at Meta, it's starting to go a little bit here. So, all right. With that being said, let's look at Meta here, guys. Meta, nice downside move, obviously coming through there. We talked about looking at that 310 level. Okay, so my stop is, breaking through 310. Push enter. Okay, there we go. Now we're pending. Okay, so I, again, must have put a keystroke error there. I got in and out of Meta. So if you're looking and saying like, what's going on here? Wasn't Sean just long Meta? No, I was short it by accident. It didn't break. I must have put 310.90 or something, but I don't know. Could have just hit the wrong key. So we'll wait to see what happens now, but we are waiting for that short. That's a nothing. That's in and out at the same price. I'm actually down $2 on Meta, so pay the fees back and forth there. Probably got fees on one of them. But here we come. Here comes Meta right now. Remember, Microsoft is 70 cents in the money, trying to break lower as well. And just in case Meta breaks, if Meta breaks, where did we just bounce up to? This is one of those trades. That 300 break long took me for a ride. We wound up holding it, got back and forth, in and out, wound up losing more money than we thought we would on that trade. So here we go. 50 cents, man. 50 cents, maybe $1 worth of risk if it does break. But this is not a trade to take lightly. If you think this is going to work, I think you might have to give it a little bit of room, which is what I'm trying to do. So if it does break, we will get into shares for Meta, trying to break down. We've talked about, I mean, it's going to break, but we're going to talk about this level right there. That's why we like it. That top is 309.50. So again, maybe first area of concern, 50 cents. That's why I think giving it to 50 cents may be worth it. And honestly, if we get stopped out for a 50-cent hit, trust on me, that's okay. And you don't want to take shares. Like, if you can't hold a $500 loss, don't hit this with 1,000 shares. Like, that's...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Meta will take your lunch for sure.
Yeah. So as you can see, Max is on his keyboard right now, staring at the level 2. So
I'm actually on Tesla at the moment.
Oh, you're on Tesla. Okay, but either way, you're really active. The market is now breaking the day's low, I believe, anyways. And we just talked about, did the market ever get red today? Well, there's your answer right now. We are red in this market. I actually really like this graphic instead. The market just turned red. Shout out to Dan. We're $1 in the money on Apple on that short. We're now at $6 in the money right now on AMD. Google 70 cents in the money, and that Microsoft trade that I took in front of everybody, by the way, right here when we came back on. This is 210, 207. We took the trade. We're back live at 2 o'clock. We took that against us. We talked about that, and there it goes. There's $1 as well on Microsoft as that's breaking lower through that level. So let's go, man. It's been a big day. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it, because I know Max and I have here for you as well. So let's go, man. Big day alert happening for us on this market.
I was watching Tesla come into 280 and thinking, like, how many times has Tesla come into a key level, fail, break it, and then that's the low on the market?
There goes Meta.
Decided to get long back through, but looks like the market wants to continue down. So we'll be getting out of this at 279.89 if that comes in, which it is about to. Oh, I think I just got out. That's too bad. Whatever.
Look at me. Microsoft.
Yeah, ended up getting out a little early there, but I'm expecting this to break now. The market's looking like it wants to come down. Maybe just got out of the good one. Did Meta break yet?
Yes.
Meta did break.
You didn't get in? Oh, you didn't have your order?
No,
Okay.
I did not
Yeah,
get
well,
in.
lucky you, Max. Lucky you.
Is that? Okay.
We're going to lose 50 cents quickly here on Meta. You guys can come over to my screen right now. There it is, man. In and out. Why didn't I get out there? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's why. 310. Okay, we're waiting a little bit higher than 310.50. Let's try it. Let's try the short. So now it's starting to go. We don't have that many shares. This was all part of the plan. We've seen Meta do this to us before. So we did not hit this with very many shares, but we did hit it. So we're in it right now. Let's average in. Let's give this to 311. I'm not AMDing myself. That's like gonna be one of those new things. I'm not just going to short this to oblivion now that it's popped up. We could easily be wrong. Well, we are wrong so far on this, but not even sweating it out at all. We'll wait to see what happens here with Meta. We'll give it to that 311 mark. That's the teal. Trust the teal. Right there. That's a 21 period moving average. It did break. So it broke. So again, if this is the trade that I lose on, this is a trade that I lose on. We've had success on this kind of a break before. We're now short at 310.20, giving this room to 311. So this is going to be an 80-cent hit if we can take that, right? So here it comes right back in again. We'll take a piece. I mean, it sounds silly to take a piece out at 310. Maybe we will. If it does come back down there, take 20 cents just to lighten up a little bit. That is where we're short. See, now we're all of a sudden back to flat on that trade. So let's take it. There we go. I'll take a piece out. Literally 10% out right there. Let's see if it wants to work now to the downside. Oh, sorry, 20% out. I took too many out there. All right, let's see if it now can go back in. It's 25 cents. Let's see if we can make 50. Go down to like 309.80. See if we can get that fill now to the downside. But meanwhile, we got this fill on Microsoft. It just tanked down there to give us that dollar winner. So, all right, being very, very patient with Meta, man. There it is, downside move. Some traders may have gotten out of Meta if it did take that out. So let's watch out what's going on right now. We're flat on this position, but it's only because we reloaded. And that is called risk management. Take as many shares so you don't have to punch out and you can reassess. So that's exactly what we did, and now we have a winner out of what was apparently a losing idea. So let's wait to see what happens here with Meta. If the market continues to go down, this is a dead duck, I think. It's already broke, shown its face. Let's see what happens here with Meta. Could be an L here. But I was happy taking that Microsoft anyways. No long positions for you.
No, I just tried Tesla twice. It stopped me out twice, and then looks like maybe it wants to go now. So stopped me out twice. I'm done. Whatever. Looks like, yeah, maybe we want to break that 280.50 price and then get back up. My idea on that one would have been to kind of get into 281 here and then see if we want to hold view up. I wouldn't really expect it, although how many times does the market just bounce off the low super hard? I don't know. Yeah, that Meta, I mean, I'm glad I didn't take it because it seems like it's kind of causing a little stress over there, but it looks like it's not really scared of this price. Like, it looks like it wants to go down. It wants to continue down despite the market bouncing, getting right back into that 310. So Meta looking pretty weak. Wasn't that the 309.80 was that pre-market low? So maybe once 309.80 gives up, that's where it starts to go down. Could potentially take that breakdown if that does come. Because if the market's going to bounce and Meta keeps going, I mean, that's just basically telling you what it wants to do there. So eyes on 309.80 there for the breakdown on Meta, and maybe you get that like 307, maybe even 306 if it decides to trend for the remainder of the trading day here. Other than that,
I don't want to be too silly here with some of these trades. So, all right, we've already got $6 here on AMD. Let's just do this. You know, it's a big move down. It's a big move down, and we're already short on Meta. We're short on Softy. Meta's still trying to break. We're actually in the money now on Meta. 116.50. So let's cancel our other AMD offer there and just put this at 116.55 or so. We'll punch ourselves out on this. It is the 50-period moving average. So I'm not just picking this randomly. I mean, here's the 50-period moving average. It really only threatened to break. I almost punched out there. It did try to threaten us on that level, but you know, for right now, all good. But that was a slippery slope there at that time. So let's just put that in. I'm trying to watch Meta here at the corner of my eye as well. 116.55. Okay, push enter there. Accepted. All good. And here comes Meta. It's just bouncing around O's. Let's take a bid if we can get like a bid in the O's here it's too bad. What was I doing looking at that? That just bounced off. I should have just attended this instead of worrying about my AMD short. But okay, so right there, 309, 310. Just bounced clean again off that level. So yeah, it's a little bit of a concern for me. But there it is. We just got a bid. So we just got 310. So okay, concern avoided. Max, that's it. We are now out of that trade. So we'll have to see here. Not out of that trade, sorry. Out of that piece of the trade. Meta positive. I only have one trade on it today. I can clearly see my net. So that's all good. Let's get to the downside now. Wow, we've almost made our day back here, which if you asked me that question at 10 o'clock, I still probably would have said maybe, but you know, it's been a good day. Stick to your guns, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show. 15 minutes max until we get to enjoy some cool, refreshing drinks. So, all right, that's good to go. I didn't know you were like a Twisted Tea guy. I would have been able to pick some of that up, but I felt like I was once. I kind of, I think like the past few summers I have been. This I don't know
summer,
enough about it. But I hear people like it. Oh, you know what else people like?
It is good.
Is what, what's up, Kat? You like Twisted Tea? What's your drink? Okay, it makes her puke. What's your drink of choice? Oh, soju. Okay. Or a mojito. So if anybody wants to send in some soju for Miss Kat, that would be. See, I'm trying to. She just said please. I mean, can anybody refuse that? Right there. So anyways, that's what Miss Kat likes. I tried that soju. Have you tried that before?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's too sweet for me.
So it depends on which one you get.
Yeah, I had the
'Cause
sweet
some of them
I had
are-
the green apple.
Yeah, the green apple is pretty good.
Yeah, I had that. I liked it. I just felt that it was a little bit too sweet. And then I also had the okay, Meta, come to the party. We also did try. I have the grape one still in my, because I kind of like grape stuff. You know, I like when you were a kid chewing that bubble gum, the Hubba Bubba and all that, Bubblicious. I liked grape. One of my favorite flavors though of gum, watermelon.
Yeah, I like the watermelon flavor.
There's a
stuff.
soju watermelon. I think I'd be.
I'm sure there is somewhere.
I'm all over that.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think who went? Prad and Obi, I think, and Josh back there. We went to a Korean fried chicken place recently. had a little soju at the end of the night just to secure the hangover there.
Yes, sir.
That was
Secure the hangover. Right, got it.
Good
Yes.
time. Yeah, if you're drinking soju, you're basically asking for a bad morning, but a fun night for sure.
I don't like I hate. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old, but it's the hangovers that gets me, man. Because it's okay for you. I mean, no kids.
I'm getting tired of
for
it.
me, I got to wake up. Like my kids are waking up regardless of how much I drank the night before. So I'm kind of easing back away from too much of that. But yeah, that's it, man. People also like soju. Watermelon, not a good flavor for a drink. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I like, what I was going to get is High Noon. Those are really popular now. That's like, I keep seeing El Presidente there.
Are those in Canada yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
drinking them. It was my cousin's 40th birthday. They had all a bunch of High Noons there. So
I'm not a seltzer guy.
That's what it is, yeah.
I don't like I
Vodka, seltzer.
I want the like something that has some flavor to it, and I find there's just like no flavor there. I guess that's why I like the twisted teas, all that sugar. I did get short Meta with you here at 309.75
Attaboy.
through that bottom, through the pre-market low there. Looking to get down into like 308, 307 potentially on this position, and then we'll just stop out over that 310.30 high that it put in, or that consolidation bottom, whatever that was. Yeah, not going to hold it like all the way up to 311. I just want to see this kind of puke through the bottom here. NASDAQ still toying with the lows, so one of the weaker names on the market, probably going to continue its move down. I'm wondering if we get that kind of 3 o'clock to 3:30, just trend move down to the bottom, fill some gaps here. It looks like, I don't know, looks like Meta wants to give up that 310. So I want to be short. No bids yet. Just want to see where this goes. I'm thinking like this yesterday's, the day before. Wednesday's support level at 308.60 might be something.
Oh yeah, baby.
And then back down into like 307.25, 307.50 kind of thing. But we'll have to give up this bottom before we go to any of those places at 309.50. Tesla finally caught the bounce off of 279. So had the right idea, wrong price apparently on this one. Had to do the extra $0.50 or $0.75 there, and then do the bounce back into 280. So we'll see if Tesla can get back above view up. I don't know. I'm not sold on either direction at the moment, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we're at flat basically on both markets. So do we get that support at flat and then bounce back? Do we cruise through flat and then just kind of, make the half point move down today? Like, where could the NASDAQ go if we pull up like a 60?
Oops.
We are up so high recently. You give up those pre-market lows at just below us right now, actually.
Oops.
I guess I'm missing yesterday's data, but we got some room. We got some room to the downside. Obviously, we have a strong market at the moment, though, so can't discount the idea of a strong bounce here.
Okay. 190.76. Just looking at some of these trades that I
about
have on board. You know what I'm saying?
Carvana gave it up again. That's too bad.
All right. Just looking. I'm trying to figure out what we want to do next here. I was looking back at ATVI. That's why I was like, thought maybe we forgot about that break, but it did not break yet. So ATVI is still there at $90.60. The day's low. We're looking out for that break in case we do get that follow through for a potential last second, or not last second. It comes out at 350. So you're going to trade it when you see that. Okay, so that's happening. And then Meta. As you were talking, we got to fill before I think I might have got your fill there. Once it broke through, we actually took a bid at 309.75 off of that short, so that's about $1 there. But ultimately, our average price was 20 on this, right? So that's, no matter what it says right now, you guys know that after we've averaged into it, remember it was up here, that's why we took a 20 fill right there for 20%, which was silly. I thought it was only 10%. Then we did take more out at 300. Then we got a fill down there at 309.75 as Meta's trying to go back upside. I'm not super concerned about anything. We don't have too many shares left here on Microsoft as it's come in. You could see the sort of the damage that we did off 347 there. So, you know, for me, that was well traded. And, you know, you got to sort of pat yourself on the back. Do the old Barry Horowitz there for any WWE fans. Pat yourself on the back. So that guy's one of the most famous jobbers of all time, of course, in the WWE. He was WWF, but all right. So now this has come back down a little bit. We have our AMD getting out at 116.55, so we'll give it a little bit of love. We were just trying to follow the 50 period, and we always get questions about what kind of lines do we have up on our screens and what are we looking for and everything like that. So just a little housekeeping. The blue here, or purple, this big line is going to be volume weighted average price. Then we have the 200 period simple. I just use simple moving averages. I used to sort of look at them differently. It's just a matter of where the bars close and open. For day trading and for scalping, not going to matter. I mean, I'm making decisions in the seconds, not. So anyways, that's that. And then a 50 period moving average is the pink. And I sort of use that for trend changes and things like that. So as soon as we go under it, I'm trying to go short on most names. And you can see that I really like, kind of like a hawk, try to watch that stuff on the NASDAQ as well, because that's a good indicator for me there. And then this dotted line is the 21 period moving average, which I sort of adopted from the man on my right, but maybe your left, from Mad Max. That's something that he was looking at. So I was like, you know what, we can always add, I know Neil added the 50 period to his because I was using that. And I actually talked about that with one of our very first guests of all time, the stock father. Mark Roberts was one of our beloved guests at the beginning when we talked about markets. He was sort of like market Frank Caberna, but would talk about stocks. So we really do miss him. Unfortunately, he's just stepped away and I believe retired at that time. So shout out to Mr. Mark Roberts, who we used to love, man. I could probably reach out to him again, see if he wants to come back on. But yeah, a lot of love for Mark Roberts and everything that he was doing for us. So yeah, all right. That's sort of a little bit of a rundown on some of the stuff that I use as indicators and whatnot. Meta's starting to go back up. Yeah. So we're still in the money on this last piece of the trade, but as we said it already, you know, it is starting to go. I'm not, oops, why is that chart? That's the minute chart, okay. So our out was gonna be 311 anyways. Now you get the 50 period, right? Right there at 311. So although at one point it was gonna be about $1 worth of a hit, right now, just because that's at 80, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just get out at 80. We don't have to wait for 311. But because Meta's a little more wild, I feel like we can wait for that 311. So let's do that. Let's see if we can't sort of put our money where our mouth is, wait for that 311, and actually take one more short against that 310.80. So we'll put an offer up there at 310.80, add to our position a little bit, and that one will only have about 20 cents worth of risk, right? We break 311. I just got to make sure that order's there. So a 311 clean break. We're not even getting fancy with it. If it breaks it, we're out. I'm not going to give it to 311.20 or anything like that. Let's see what happens there.
Yeah, that Coinbase, we talked about that 102 price that I liked. It gets down to 101.50, so basically 102. This is where it broke out from really clean yesterday while we were long when we reloaded off of that 100 price. This 102 was reserving along the way, and then it broke out, and then, you know, we get this big move. So 102 is basically the bottom today. You know, giving Coinbase 50 cents is like giving Apple 5 cents. So, you know, it makes sense to give it 50 cents there. You buy 102, and now we're blasting back through 103. I didn't have that one. Was looking at Meta. Stopped out of Meta at 310.25 there. That bottom of day break did not want to come. NASDAQ decided to bid up a little bit. So, you know, now we're just kind of flat, sitting, waiting, watching whatever wants to come up next. Microsoft has a little double bottom there at, I guess you're short this one, right?
Yeah.
At that 345.50, double bottom there on Microsoft. Yeah, so if you wanted to buy the dip,
probably getting some out
you know, that's a spot that you could have, but
That's where I bought. I mean, I did. I got out. I mean, I got out a couple times.
Yeah.
At that level, I actually have these outs right here on that. So I actually have both of these. That's a 345.75 and that's a 345.80 that we got on the move down. I think it's 85 actually on the move down there. That's when Meta broke. So when Meta broke, Microsoft and the NASDAQ kind of broke a little bit there. But look what's happening right now. I just talked about the 50-period moving average. Why is AMD not out? That seems to be going back up to the upside. The order's still in. We'll double check on AMD in a minute. But there's the futures. Try to make a move again to the 50-period. It's not as, I don't use this as an indicator to like, okay, we're breaking it, go long, anything like that. I just using it, it's kind of like an active VWAP for me. Because like if I only wait for VWAP trades, then it may take a while. And sometimes the market and the VWAP, especially on a daily chart, there's not going to be much there because a lot of the times you get the market just to go back and forth. So, like what are you going to do? Like when this is right in the middle here, it's not really giving you any trade signals. But what is that, the momentum of this 50-period moving average, right? And you can see it flattening out right here. So that doesn't really give you a trade. But then once you break below, maybe you wait a couple points under it, then you can start to execute the short against maybe that past high right there where we barcoded against it. So just giving me a little bit of a bigger idea on what to expect from that. Okay, there we go, right? Look what happened. Right up to the 50-period and dumped back down a little bit there. So there goes the NASDAQ. Not there goes it, but it's coming back in and coming back in as well. Microsoft, 346. Let's just put a bid there. It's $1. We could take $1 on this, right? I'm actually like, happier than a pig in you-know-what right now because we've been able to put some damage back in here. So, damage recovery from the morning. So we'll take a fill here if we can get it. Not trying to get too greedy. It's 3 minutes till beer o'clock. So, we're going to crack it open with us. I hope everybody joins us. We do not promote. This is not at all by it's Friday, let's get trashed. This is, it's Friday. We've got some good super chats from a lot of you out there. So let's pop a drink to celebrate what we did yesterday, Max. And that damage yesterday was pretty enormous, and we'll wait for today. We'll have a drink with everybody else, and again, we're both bigger dudes. I think we can handle a beer before the market closes here. So we'll do that, and we'll have a good time. And yeah, it's beer o'clock or wine o'clock somewhere there, Jeff, in the chat. So let's go. We'll be having that hopefully with everybody. Someone just said I'm driving while I'm listening. What's up to Al Ops right now? So you. Please, my friend, do not. Just have a nice drink of water. I don't think I need to tell you that. And then have a nice, refreshing beverage if you prefer, whatever you prefer, when you get to your said destination. So, all right, we did take that Microsoft profit, and look at that, man. I like that.
Wow,
look at Microsoft,
kablooey
to the downside. And there's the fill. We are now out of Microsoft. We get that fill right there. I went right down into that days. And of course, I got overfilled because I got out before. So let's just punch that out and bang that out on Microsoft. Another big one for your boy. We're happy on that one as it continues to make moves downside.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nvidia 355 or 455.
Let's go AMD.
Wow. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
So
Fabian,
market
go to my guy
crashing.
over here, man.
Wow. I mean, we're still not at the overnight lows on NASDAQ, so waiting for that to break that 15,687, 686, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Mike, the market has given up the low of day, another move down. Who would have guessed this on this crazy rally up this morning? Like, we rally up from 15.7 to 15.850 when we're already at this crazy high price, and we just give it all up and more intraday. Market now down very slightly there. ES still supporting the low at the moment, but yeah, this Nvidia giving it all up back through 455. Do we see 450 today? I mean, $5 is really not a big move for this name, especially at these high prices, but I guess you long this stock in the long term. You see this move happen all the way up to 480. You're like, I'm going to get 500. I don't care. I'm not taking profit. And then it falls off. Maybe this is people FOMOing out of their longer term positions here on the way down. I feel like Nvidia's done a bigger move than really anything else back to the downside here. Really pushing well below VWAP, $15 below VWAP on Nvidia. I don't know where to buy the dip on this one. I think
do not.
Don't do it. I think
oh,
that's
why?
Just
Why
straight
do that?
up. I'm not going to do it.
No, because
I'm
the market,
saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't know where you would.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, not going to happen out of me. I tried in the right spot. It's just like, if it's not going to go, it's not going to go. And this one is not going to go.
So because we're so short everything else, look at Microsoft. I mean, look, we're really super happy about Microsoft, man. Bear ride right now. Can we just go to my screen quickly and then we'll go to happening now? I just want to show everybody Microsoft is absolutely puking. Hopefully, I mean, I know the guys behind us are putting, but hopefully some guys had that short, 347, 346.50. That breakdown to the downside there for Microsoft. Pretty big trade right there. Also Meta. I mean, guys, we have to have Meta short. Like Meta, it just broke down through 310. We are short right now. So 310, that 311, we're now $1. We do have a brand new member. It's Meta back into the dollar club, man. That's 1 for 1 Apple, 1 for 2 AMD, Coin, Google, Intel, Meta, Softy. Brendan, kill him with kindness.
Brought to you by Hui's, a digital insurance platform in China chosen by insurance giants for its broad market access and expertise in customization, enabling them to reach a wider audience and offer specialized solutions. 1 hour to go here on Friday afternoon as we head towards the weekend of what's going to be a positive week. Even as the market comes back to the downside here, we still have a long way to go even before we get back to break even. When we started today, it was 3.5% on the week for the NASDAQ, 2.5% for the S&P, about 1.5% for the Dow. So a long way to go still. If you missed it at 10 o'clock this morning, this kind of kicked off the selling for the overall market. Consumer confidence, University of Michigan, consumer confidence numbers come out higher than expected, much higher, 72.6 versus 65.5. But down here, more importantly, both the 1-year and 5-year inflation expectation numbers also higher than expected. Not what the market wanted to see. 3.4 versus 3.3, 3.1 versus 3%. So not a lot higher, but was a little bit of a question mark as far as the market was concerned. A few things we were watching. If you missed it this morning, Threads numbers falling quickly according to CNBC. Meta was downside ever so slightly. Microsoft upgraded to buy from UBS. Coin on watch after that huge move yesterday as well. There's Meta. Sean talking about Microsoft, but yeah, all of these big tech names off a cliff right now. Day lows, guys.
All right, well, there it is right there. There is the fill again on that one. So we can go right into the gates of hell, and we're sort of like all aboard on that one because there goes Meta. We just got a fantastic fill at 309.15. That was basically, the low of the day is 309.06. Well, here it is right now, 309.15 coming into play. It's an all aboard choo-choo train here to the downside. I mean, look at the positions. I talked about it today when we put out the first sticky note. I said we actually put AMD as one of the very first shorts. We haven't had short win on here for a minute, and now we got AMD. And by the way, AMD is now $6 in the money off of this play right there. Unfortunately, rinsed early. Made the money back late now on AMD, so that's, wow. A good one on that. Google's not actually moving that much. It's only 40 cents in the money right now for Google, so it's not a huge trade by any stretch of the imagination, but here it comes in. It's Google. It's going down to the downside. Let's have a quick look. People talking about Coinbase here, so let's have a quick look at that. That's probably at that 110 area. Sorry, 110. Duh. Oh, yeah, they are freezing, baby.
There's ice on the bottom of the fridge down there.
Oh, there's
right
ice
at the back.
at the bottom of the fridge, and that's where I put them, right? Okay, good, smart. Sometimes I make good decisions on that. So, okay, whenever you're ready, we'll do the triple box. We'll all crack these open, have a quick little sip. As Brendan's ready to rock and roll, I'm ready to rock and roll, as is Max. But that was a good take there on Microsoft. And not Microsoft was not, Microsoft's just absolutely like falling apart right now down to 345.
Oh, yeah.
But this Coinbase trade, I tried to get short at 110 there and missed that reloads, and then we tried again and it just never got in. That 108 is where we should have got in, Max. I feel like.
That felt obvious, that 110. I was kind of FOMOing in because I felt like I hadn't made enough on the original trade, I think, and then I tried to take it back through to go long again. But I think the fade there off that 110 was obvious. Yesterday's action was pure short squeeze action, and to think that that's really going to continue today in a large way is, like on a Carvana, okay, fine. There's 60% short float. You know, it's a smaller cap name. less float, less of a big, you know, I don't know, like a big name that's held very like widely. That one, maybe you get a multi-day squeeze. For a Coinbase to think that this is going to continue to squeeze up to like 125, I think I was a little bit hopeful on that one. And yeah, that 110 short, pretty obvious. You're risking 30 cents there when it retests and gives you that $9 move almost, breaking the lows right now. Do you try to buy the dip at $100? I'm not going to do it. I've lost enough trying to buy the dip today. But if you're looking for a dip trade, I don't know. I'm not telling you to do it, but that would be one that I might look at if I was actually looking for a trade at the moment.
I hate, like, who keeps on, like, honestly, this WhatsApp stuff, they got to figure out security on WhatsApp because, like, you keep getting, like, I keep getting these random, people can join. I thought they worked on that security on WhatsApp. I don't know. Oh my gosh, man.
Somebody added me to, like, a finance
That's
group.
what I'm saying.
I assume that they don't somehow
groups.
know my, like, that I'm me.
You know why? Just because I
think it's random. Right?
It is random. I don't think it's
found
like
my phone number somehow.
Well, that is what it is, right? It's like you sign up for something no matter what it is. It could just be like
somebody
anywhere.
hacked trade ideas.
Yeah, someone
or
hacked it,
something,
or they
like,
just
yeah.
You might have signed up for something and agreed to just selling your information at some point.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Are we doing the 3-shot or what? That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, I'm getting freaking thirsty right now because this market is exploding to the downside right now. $1.50 on Apple, $6.50 on AMD, 50 cents on Google, $2.20 on Meta. All right.
Market's cracking.
Mill Street Organic. All right. Brendan's already doing it, so screw this. Let's go. Cheers. All right. Salute to everybody out there. Max, Brendo, everybody. Cheers, Max.
Cheers.
Let's go. We'll get Brendan after. Cheers on that. Is Tradertv.live gets crunk on a Friday now. We're just going to have a beer, celebrate that. Mill Street Organic, a good Toronto beer. So shout out to that. I was going to get Heineken, but I feel like we always kind of get Heineken.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let's do that. Let's support, you know, where we're from and everything like that. Canada does have. I shouldn't say this because there's going to be Dutch people and everything in the crowd, but I feel like Canadian beer is tops. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's
people
some
in
craft
California
breweries
might like their
around,
wine. I may like Italian wine. You may like French. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not big on California wine personally.
Not big.
No, it's like, I don't know. Too much oak. Too much oak in California.
Too much oak, eh?
Yeah. I like the old world wines, you know, the Italians, the French.
I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah, no. Oregon has great. I mean, it's going to be vine specific, right? But Oregon Pinot Noir.
Yeah, the Oregon wine's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to sponsor us, I mean, we'll the coffee, I think, is being held up at the border. We got to figure out how to get things across here a little bit better. But anybody wants to send us cases of wine, we'll gladly advertise your vineyard.
Yeah, of course.
I'm being serious. I think that's reasonable for a lot of people. I mean,
or like, you know, Diageo or something wants to send us some Hennessy. Or no, that's LVMH.
Probably.
Yeah, if LVMH wants to sponsor the whole show, deck us out in Gucci.
Yes.
And, you know, send us some Moet to drink on Fridays.
Yo, let's sign this guy up full time right beside me right here. I mean, Kat, you and Kat can talk about that. So, Kat, let's go get LVMH on the phone, show them Max's pretty face, and we get a brand new sponsorship right here, right now, immediately.
Wow, that Meta
no,
really working out for you.
Yeah, man, I am loving that Meta trade. Let's
fail for me. Shouldn't have taken the low. Should have taken that retracement into 310 or 311, whatever.
Beer is passe. Smoke a joint. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, we're not. Okay, I'll just do this on right here. So there you go. So we'll just do here. Does this make any sense to me? People happy with that? There you go. So now we're getting crunk. Is the word crunk? Are we Little John right now? All right, I'm just sipping it. You know, we won't be chugging anything like this by any stretch of the imagination. I do want to thank Long This because yesterday was the sponsorship, was the super chat. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
If anybody else is, put your favorite drink or what maybe you're drinking there in the chat as well. Because yeah, this has been a big day. It's been a big market. If you're short today, congratulations. I am adjusting my stop order now. So I know Neil uses trailing stops. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just trying to trail this 50-period moving average. So again, a 116.0405 break, that's going to be something that we're going to look into right there. So if we break through 116, we're well off that now. So we'll cancel our old stop, put our new stop in 116. What did I say? 05. There it is. We'll secure the bag at $6 if we can get that through. Double checking on Coinbase. A good bounce on Coinbase. I mean, Coinbase definitely.
Yeah. Hopefully somebody in the chat bought the dip there. I told them to.
You did.
I did tell them to.
I was all aboard that 100 break.
Yeah, the 100 was the way to go, I think. But
why didn't you buy it then? No,
I'm not saying
I
just lost 5 times in a row trying to buy the dip.
Right, that's
so
fine. No, that's
at that point, you know, you just got to hands off and stop thinking that you're good at buying the dip for the rest of the day.
Good. Kool-Aid, water. I like that. Heineken. What's up? The Wave products. Ooh.
Raw milk. Love it.
Raw milk. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Strange. Rum. Okay. Bud Light. Okay. None ya biz. Bud Light right there. Oh, I shouldn't have said that because that's gonna be woke again. Pepsi vodka. Yeah. Good job, Steve G. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't. We're just celebrating this. I think that if you are gonna put on, I don't expect to put on too much more risk. Thank you so much, Zion. You don't have to bow down at all to anybody, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I will show this to my kids, So thank you so much again for that one. Do we have a coffee sponsor? We do not. Would love to get one, Benton. Please, if anybody, I'm not saying this tongue in cheek, I'm being dead serious. If anybody would like to sponsor at any point, or if you're working for a corporation, please, marketing at tradertv.live. You can get a hold of Kat, and she'll explain some of the stuff that we have available, and if anything does work out, that's great. We have a couple good sponsors as it is, but we are always looking to add to the show, so that is for damn sure. By the way, this is how we do, Montel Jordan.
Yeah, of course.
But that's 50 Cent. 50 Cent is going to be here. I was going to do the Friday Montel Jordan party day, but yeah, 50 Cent. It's funny. Okay, so Fahad's favorite. Fahad's he had to leave. We talked about that. He had some family concerns. He had to take care of that, so he's not with us. But his favorite rapper of all time was 50 Cent. And then the wife and I with the kids, we were heading back from a baseball game the other day, and it's like. At the docks or something like that on July 28th, or I'm making this all up, is 50 Cent. And then Marissa goes, okay, so if you want to go to a concert with a bunch of 40-year-olds, you definitely want to go to that 50 Cent because, that guy's a little older now. But I think that'd be a fun concert. Last summer I went to Nas and Wu-Tang. That was pretty serious.
Nice.
You like Nas?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, why not? Yeah, good one. I think you're right on that. All right, Meta right now, guys. If I wasn't on my keyboard right now, I'd pour one out for Meta shareholders because there's the break. We gave it to you. Guess what, Max? Is it a Dollar Club member?
That ain't just a Dollar Club member.
Correct. This is $3 Club member right now on that 310 break. And we talked about that. We talked about that in the morning. We actually gave this trade breakdown, and thank you, Zion, again, for this 310 break. We talked about it before it was coming in. Shout out to people in the chat bringing this to our attention. I already had the order set up for that trade, but there it is right there. There's the 310 break to the downside. And look at it just continue to collapse. Obviously, looking back, why did I get out at 309.75? Because we averaged in, man. That was a dollar trade club right there. Then that was the $2 trade club. Now we're looking at 3 to the downside for Meta as it continues to collapse in. So far, so good, man. Now this day has just turned out to be just a normal day as if I haven't even traded today. So it's been all good, man. Thankfully, we're able to sort of, the sort of early trading that we did. And actually, this is how crazy I am. I was just writing my wife. It's like, you have to remind me, I need to get less emotional if I start, making bad trades. And she has nothing to do with this, but sometimes she'll watch the show, and I'm just saying that for myself. It's kind of like that journaling again, right? We got carried away with AMD. We wrote down that 117 short. The minute it broke that, I should have given it to 118. And that was it, man. Like we talked about, I even said that if I rewind this tape and I watch this back, I guarantee you in the morning when we talked about the sticky note and we talked about this trade, I said to myself, we'll give this to 118. There's no way I said anything about all of these stupid trades here. Shorting 118.50, shorting 119, shorting 120, till eventually getting blown out. There's no way, so we stepped out of our comfort zone there, started shorting it because I was like, this is impossible. No news on AMD. Market wasn't really doing this. Nvidia was going up, but that was kind of as expected. But we should have stayed out of the way. Thankfully, we got back in and able to hit this back down to the downside. So yeah, good trade there. And there's our 116 trail on that name. I may just, I don't know, we want to get out of Meta chat? I don't know. I want to make my own decisions, but maybe this 308.50, that just touched low. Let's hold it, man. This is Friday. We're having a good time.
Yeah. Lesson in perseverance there. You know, you cut the trade.
You're right, Wave Products.
Then you, take a breather. And then you have, now I can think clearly again, and now I can make a better decision on the next one.
It's literally word for word what I told the wife. I was like, I need to take a breather and slow down. It was, I mean, we got to practice as we preach, right? And part of the thing is that when you're in the moment, it does become hard to do that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
these numbers are flying off the board. You're like,
we're trying to be real traders.
Yeah.
Like you are literally seeing me put in live and max live capital every single day into this market. So it's like, you know, when you eat what you kill, it's a tough business, and whatever. I love it, so I mean, I'm here for it every single day. I talked about that the other day. So let's just celebrate what we were doing today and look for something else. Okay, so Roblox. Roblox pulling back, I just saw. Obviously, I think the whole market's probably pulling back. I still think that Roblox just clears a lot of the way now. I like that ATVI decision for the FTC. As a big Microsoft shareholder, I thought I didn't like it when they, I thought they overpaid for it. Whatever I think doesn't matter. But, you know, that does clear the way a little bit, I think, for other game makers like a Roblox. But, I mean, my kid was playing Roblox last night, and I was watching him. The guy's a freaking animal on it. He plays it on his PC. This is also a mobile game. Now, I don't know if Roblox can be played on different consoles or not. I would assume it's probably can. I think there was a talk yesterday. I remember Prad was talking about dusting off his PlayStation. So I don't know if it's available on other consoles, but I definitely think that Roblox, it's such a popular game, and there's so many new things that pop. It is. Okay, thanks for that, Fabian. So it is such a popular, I don't know, it's popular. I mean, Paris Hilton did her New Year's Eve party. She probably got the bag for that. So, I mean, that's probably why she did it. But there are lots of opportunities with Roblox, especially to get to the younger, you know, that's why Instagram versus Facebook, right? And I think that's what they're trying to do with Threads as well. There's more boomers on Facebook than Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the same thing can be true for Roblox. It's going to attract a younger generation, and if they can get eyes on, like, imagine Roblox also has VR. So with Apple's new VR system, I think Roblox is in play on that as well. My kid was playing some VR games on Oculus with Roblox. And it's like, imagine you could just put it on and walk through a mall, walk into the Nike store, check those new Jordans out. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I think there's a lot of opportunity for that, and I like Roblox. I think there's a possibility for that stock to go.
I kind of hate the stay inside, you know,
yeah,
do everything from a headset kind of thing. I'm not big on VR at all.
I don't think
if that's where we're going and I'm going to have to go to the mall
then you'd rather not
with
go
a mask, then yeah, maybe I'll just go
No, not to
our
mall with a mask.
No, I know, like you go on.
At home.
At home, yeah. Yeah, that's
You'd
crazy.
rather go to the actual mall.
Yeah, I'd rather go.
Of course.
Try it on.
Yes.
You know, pretend that you're going to buy, you know, that Versace or whatever. And
pretend.
Yeah, don't actually do it.
If you're pretending something, then do not go with my wife. So, I know, just joking. No, we don't have any Versace's or anything. We're a Gucci family. No, just joking. Okay, yeah, no, I think you got to be modest. I mean, obviously, I have 3 kids, so that's why you don't see me rolling around in the Gucci or anything like that. But today's
It's all for the kids.
It is all for the kids. Actually, my daughter yesterday said to me, she said, Dad, I know you do everything for us. And when she said, see, now I'm getting emotional again, I was like, all right, well, I just love you anyways. So, you know, whatever. So, I don't know. But that's that, man. Daughters are the best, for sure. But shout out to my other 2 boys. Baxter. You know Baxter.
Yeah. He used to sit right beside me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I apologize for the smell. Okay. Let's move on here. All right, so Meta's gotten way back to the upside. So we only had 20% left, but still losing on the last 20%, which we're not going to do, is not good. It just went down to 307.50 there. You know, again, we were looking at this with the opposite of rose-colored glasses, thinking that, okay, Meta may be done here. But let's just see where the market is now. Let's do a little bit of a bigger look at this. Does the NASDAQ have any more room to flow to the downside from here? I'm just kind of chilling now. We've put our shorts on, and what the? Come on, man, this mouse is too jittery. I can't even pull this out. Okay, let's just do this then. All right, so where are we here on the NASDAQ? So, all right, these are just past VWAP levels that sort of stick around for a minute. 15,625, that's a good, we're nowhere near there. Well, I guess we sort of are. We're at 15,690, 15,700, let's call that. So 75 more handles down, we get sort of into this area of 15,600. I could see that being an area where the market could stop and slow down. No real expectations for it to stop right now. You're kind of in the middle. We broke below the 200 period. We're well below VWAP now on the market, which is this active line up there. So that's nowhere near. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens now. But, you know, we're still trending down. I like this move. You know, Meta's going to do what it's going to do. But for right now, okay with it. But look at Meta come screaming back up.
What do you think the low on Nvidia is right now?
452?
451.20.
Really? Okay.
It gave it all back. It's given everything back.
So do you want to go long 450?
I could see that trade. I
Right.
could see that trade. I'm not going to do it because if we give up 450, then, you know, where are we getting down to? Like 440 is where we broke out from. I don't think we're getting there today, but why can't I have this kind of vision to the short side? You know, to the long side, I can see this to the long side. I can never see this to the short side. But it's like, it's kind of, it makes sense, right?
New position alert, I'm taking more shares. Activision, Blizzard breaking below the low of the day finally right now. So trade activated right now on ATVI. So ATVI here, we are expecting a deletion of some sort today. What, do you remember what index it is out of, or what?
Out of the NASDAQ 100.
Out of the 100 is today. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if there was in anything else or if it was exactly that. Because
I think it's just the 100.
Because it would be in the S&P 500, of course, so that would be something that it could get deleted from as well. But right there, 90, 50, 90, 60, we just took it. We took some shares. We'll see. Just because where it is right now, I am going to use the 50 period. I mean, if I'm thinking that this could break into the close, let's not hold this if the market decides to rip back up against us. So, you know, we're going to have bigger problems on that if that does happen. So let's just play the...
It's from the NDX.
NASDAQ, yeah, okay. NDX, that should be the NASDAQ 100.
Index, okay, yeah.
NDX, yeah.
Yeah.
NASDAQ index, yeah, that's what it's... some people will hashtag NDX or something like that, but maybe we can get a confirmation, Brendo, if you have that. Oh, he did. Oh, my chat, okay. Let's go here and see what it is. Okay, so I'll look at that in a minute. It's an image. But I just want to talk about where I'll get out. 90.70 right now we will get out if ATVI breaks a bit higher. So let's just put that order in right now. 90.72. Yep, that's good. 100% of the trade. We'll get out of that one if it does break any lower. So we're going to have a look at that, and I'll tell you what is happening. Oh, it's the same thing that you just said, too. So, yeah, okay. The NDX will delete it, so that's good. Yep, that's about right. All right, so, yeah. I'm good with that. So I think it is coming out of the NASDAQ 100 today. We'll see what happens to the downside. We are now short Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, it looks like a decent short there. And where can we get down to on that name? 89 bucks is where it's been supporting the last few days. So maybe 89 if we really get going on that name. Nvidia, I'm wondering if Nvidia does actually get to that 450 today. I think a lot of people are probably going to be targeting that price to cover their short. And then if it doesn't get there, maybe you get kind of like an explosive move back up. You know, maybe you fail break 451. What was the low? Yeah, I think 451 is the low at the moment. So maybe you get slightly below 451. It can't get to 450. And then it kind of blasts off. But yeah, super big move off of this 480 price. Should have just shorted that. Should have just shorted that move. I was highlighting it on the morning show. I would not be holding it right now. That is for sure. There's no way that I would be holding 480 short all the way down to 450. One can dream, but there's not even 10 shares. There's no way I would be holding that.
It was a $30 range.
Yeah, $30.
I missed that when you said that. Wow.
480.60 the high.
Wow.
451 the low. $30 range on Nvidia today. That's like the earnings day. Earnings day, it was 370 to 400, I think, was the range.
That's a little nutsos there.
So same range as earnings day. Really crazy day on Nvidia. Crazy week for Nvidia, really. Yeah.
Nvidia is not going to stop for a minute. I mean, let's just check out when Nvidia earnings are. Next week, so we do have a big week next week. We have Netflix kicking it off, and then we have Tesla on the 19th. Let me just find out what exactly day Netflix is at there. What's up, Kat?
Nvidia is August 23rd.
Okay, that was my next question. Oops, FLX. NFLX there. Let's see, where is Netflix? July 19th, so they're both the same day. So Netflix and Tesla.
I feel like Tesla's not usually that early in the earnings.
Ooh-wee. No, Netflix kicked it off last time.
Yeah, usually Netflix kicks it off, and then Tesla is a little bit later, but.
So there it is, man. June 19th for both of those bad boys coming through. So we'll wait for that. Let's just find out what some of the other big days are here. We have, that's a big day, obviously. Microsoft. I just want to find out when the World Series of trading is. July 25th, so that's the following week. Wow. Meta coming through. July 26th, wow. So 25th, 26th is littered again with trading opportunities.
August 1st for AMD.
August 1st for AMD, okay.
Apple August 3rd.
Apple August 3rd, okay, so you just did that all. So wow, okay, so that's good actually. I like that there's like a week in between Meta, Microsoft, AMD.
We just get bangers every week for 3 weeks in a row. Hopefully the trading account is still alive by then.
Stop it. Still alive. I mean, how can't it be?
I don't know. These moves are getting more and more explosive, it seems, as the year goes on. Like, we started off the year very, very quiet, especially like the end of last year. And now things just keep heating up. And I don't know. I guess money is coming back into the market. Things getting a little crazy. I feel like the last time Nvidia reported was when the market started to heat up again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're waiting for again. Yeah. What is the next big tech name to start to blast off? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll see what happens right there. Okay, so Activision Blizzard, there it is. There's the break. Let's go. So right now we're well in the money on this Activision trade. It's 10 cents, but it is a break to the downside. It just broke 50. Let's see if it can make that dream come true today to the downside for a lot of traders waiting for this rebalance to come. I just want to talk about it. This is not the major tech rebalance that we are expecting on July 24th. Wow, that's happening July 24th, and the 25th we said it was Microsoft, the 26th was Meta. Wow, what a big, you are right, man. What a bad time to take some vacation if you did have it right now. But that's going to be big. So that is the NASDAQ rebalancing, the waiting. And we don't even know. Obi was looking for an article on that. We'll find out. I think as more and more is released, we'll have that every single day. We'll be putting it on our watch list. We'll be talking about it live on the show. What does that mean exactly for a re-weighting of those top names in the NASDAQ? What percentages are they looking to cut? Who's going to get up-weighted if they are re-weighting? Are they simply pulling money out of the NASDAQ and then putting it back in? So let's wait to see what's going to happen with that. As Meta goes back down in the money, $2. ATVI is starting to bleed even more now. So this should be a good one. I do have a bid to get out of 5% at $90.43 or so cents to the downside. And why did we pick that level? Good question. We just got filled on it. So I was just looking at some of this. We had some potential issues.
Oh,
not
wow,
issues,
there it goes.
There it goes.
Selling's starting to come in on that ATVI. Not a lot of liquidity on the bid on this one, actually.
Microsoft.
Oh my God.
ATVI. This is what we're doing here. Those are the trades I just gave everybody. This is the trade I just gave every single person willing to listen, which isn't many, I guess. But right there, 90-60 short. We just got a 30 fill.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Good trade there. You were just talking about bad time to take vacation. I was supposed to leave for vacation on August 23rd at night. And that's the same day that Nvidia reports. Maybe I'll have to push that one day.
Nah, don't, man, don't.
I might get in trouble for that, but
don't. You're not pushing anything anywhere. Take your take your vacation because
I don't know. Nvidia the day after earnings is something that you do want to trade.
It'll be spicy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are you going with the second half?
Yeah. So she might get a little.
Yeah, don't cancel it. Up to you.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm sure she'd understand. I mean, you're bringing home the bacon. But the thing is, so the reason why I say watch out for that strategy is because it's just because something. Wow, we're gonna go green on the day, which for me is honestly, give me some more beer right now. But no. Just because they report doesn't mean that it's going to be. Yeah. We talked about that, man. Sometimes on reporting days, That's where the trickery lies.
Oh yeah, that was a tough day.
Yeah,
sure.
so levels will break, and you'll be sitting there like, let's go ATVI.
Wow,
there it
this
goes.
is really giving it up. Oh my God.
We be giving it up because this is how we do up in the club right now. Bye-bye Activision right now. So that's going to be a big trade for us here on the after show. I mean, look, you're rocking with the best of us now. We gave you Meta, right? You guys saw where Meta went down. That only went $3 in the money, and quite frankly, is $3 right now in the money. AMD, who cares about that? We also gave you guys Microsoft.
Okay.
That's going to look silly where I got out. But look at these Microsoft trades right there. You know, whatever, man. Welcome to the jungle, man. This is what we do. This is what we do every day on this show. If we're not hitting the like and subscribe, honestly,
Hola. Like and subscribe today.
I'm checking out how many viewers we have right now. We might just cut the stream off completely. Again, if this is not some impressive number, this stream might just get chopped.
Sean wants to start
almost
drinking beers, guys. So
okay, 4,000 watching, 538. We might not let them see the end of this ATVI trade. Honestly, I mean, let's go, man. You're watching the stream and you're not hitting the like button? Let's go, everybody. Let's get this up there, guys. There it is. Wow, we are really printing on this ATVI, guys. This is a big move to the downside right here. Gave it to you. Couldn't put this any clearer on why we like the trade, what was up with it, and there it is right now. It's Activision Blizzard, and it's getting to the downside. There it is. We just doubled our likes right there almost immediately. So thank you so much for all of that. And yeah, you know, we got the live Ola before. Maybe we'll do that again at some point. But right now, it is a downside move here in the market. And I say Ola to you, Activision Blizzard. And where shall you stop? We still have that number to come out.
Yeah, I mean, things could get very spicy if that comes out with like a huge sell imbalance. Looks like they're trying to do some of those shares right now. I mean, they've done 18 million shares on the day, so maybe some of that of that sell has been done already. Obviously, we've had elevated volume the last couple days, but I think, when did they announce this? Yesterday or 2 days ago? I think yesterday they announced this. So it's not a lot of time for fund managers to get their ducks in a row. So maybe there's a big sell imbalance at the end of the day on this thing, and you know, we highlighted that 89 price. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it stops, if it really goes crazy. But yeah, the sell is really coming in strong on Activision right now, getting right through that low of day once again.
Oh, geez.
Wow, Sean printing. I should have joined you on that trade there. You know, you tee him up.
Another one.
Microsoft.
Another one.
Meta.
Another one.
Activision.
You tee them up. The trader just has to knock them down.
Thank you, Max. I really like working with you. You know, like it's really nice to, no, but seriously, it's nice to get that sort of affirmation, because as traders, honestly, like I don't need that, but it's nice to hear that. It's nice to hear that some of the ideas that we're putting out are pretty simple. They're right there for traders, because a lot of the time we get carried away on the show, right? It's like you celebrate wins, not everyone has them, and sometimes we get out, other people, you know, and it's like we don't have to battle ourselves back and forth, but here comes Activision going right back up to the upside. Yeah. So we talked about only getting out of a quarter down there. And my best print was down there at 90.11, 90.12, but here we go again, man. Let's see if this can get going back down into the downside now on all these stocks. Let's just review some of our positions. AMD, let's just keep on doing what we're doing. I'm going to cancel this, put our new stop right now. This market could rip into the close, right? That could be a one thing that we're ready for. So we'll put on AMD now. This is going to be a $6 winner now. It's locked and loaded. We're short at 121.80. We're going to get out at 116.76. So if that breaks, you just saw me put that order out. We're gone on that. And to close, the trade goes bang on Apple. I didn't even realize we got closed on that one. This one wasn't super aggressive. I mean, maybe we obviously could have got out there. We got out when it broke, and that was me being stupid. We were trying to follow the 50 period. This should have been out at 190, not 190.25. So that's a mistake there by getting a little carried away watching other trades, but that's okay. AMD, we already have that out, and Google's getting right back upside as well. And again, very lazy by me. We should have been getting out of this one earlier as well. There's view up 125.50. Google remains strong today. Despite what the market's doing, Google's still high. We wrote down on the sticky note a 125 break. You know where that is? Right here. So that went right up to 126.80. It's okay. We had the trade yesterday, not today. Cry over spilled milk, but you know that's a missed opportunity. All right,
Big move
Google.
on Coinbase right now. That one up to 106 off that 101.30 price.
Well, I'll give you credit for that one too.
I mean, you know, we do tee the trades up. Obviously, you have to manage your own risk, and I don't think that trading off of somebody else's ideas is any way to, you know, embark on a career. But, you know, if it sparks something in you know, your head and it works within your setup, you know, hopefully we helped someone on this on some of these trades today. Yeah, what a move on Coinbase. I kind of figured you could get this, but I thought it would happen off that $100 level. Obviously, the 102 we were talking about earlier too, but yeah, that you know, $5 move off the bottom. Yeah, it's not an easy trade, and Coinbase doesn't have a lot of liquidity, so you know, if you want to take like 500 shares on Coinbase, you're talking about probably having to cross down 15 cents, maybe 20 cents to get out of it. So you know, there's risk there, but obviously the reward speaks for itself on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, nothing else really coming off the bottom that hard. Nvidia actually did exactly what I kind of figured it would. Gets down to 450.60, can't go any lower, and then it blasts up $3. So probably should have been paying attention to that one. Could have had a little scalp on that. You know, you don't even need $3 on that scalp because basically you're just risking it making a new low. So maybe you're in 451 and then you give it 40 cents. You're looking for $1 or $2. But good trade there if anybody had that Nvidia below 451. Yeah, I don't know. I think, you know, we're just waiting for the end of the day, see where the volume comes into at the end of the day. Double bottom here on NASDAQ, which
I have to log
is
out
below support, or below the evening support, sorry, of that 15,690. So basically 15,700 holding to the downside, but we do get a double bottom here. So maybe there's some relief on the NASDAQ going into the close. I don't know. Somebody in the chat did say it was 400 million to the buy side.
Oh, my bad. I'll tell you, Brendan always gives it to us, and I missed it because I have to. Yeah, it's 401 million to buy.
Yeah, 401 million to buy. So maybe there's a little relief. 401 million's really nothing to really speak about. But
I just butchered that 401 million, and then you repeated it. 401 million.
Yeah.
401.
401. You know, we're
highway.
Yeah, the highway.
Yeah.
401.
I had to log out and back in. It was saying I was getting a snapshot issue with my blotter. Now it's not even logging me back in.
Uh-oh.
So,
Might have to yell
Greg, could you ask IRC if there's login issues now, Greg? I got it. Gregory, could you ask IRC if there's login issues? Because I got crashed over there. Now it's not letting me back in. Just wait. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So they're on it. So that's good.
I was just looking at my trade ideas volume leaders, and everything on the volume leaders other than Tesla is negative today. That's kind of surprising to see. All the top stocks in the market negative, despite only being down 0.19 on NASDAQ. So everything kind of gave up those early moves here.
Should I log out and back in?
Uh-oh. That's why you never log out at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah, all good. No, so what I was doing is I was refreshing my blotter.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, can't retrieve the data. Because you don't want to, okay, here we go. Yes. All right, Gregory.
All right.
It is logging right back in. He came, he did his little magic there. He stared at the screen. He gave it that death sort of stare, and it's logging me right back in. So thanks for that. So there we go, right there. Ooh.
Somebody says that's why we don't drink during market hours.
No. I mean, honestly, since I cracked this beer, we've done quite well on that. Here is the market on close locator. So there's nothing on here right now. This will populate at 350. There it is. So someone just put this in. That's a test stock on the NASDAQ, ZVZZT. That's not a symbol. That's where a lot of the market makers or whatever will test out different features that they're potentially trying to roll out, midpoint keys, dark pools, things like that. So let's minimize that, and we're ready for that to come through once the market does open up. So all I was doing was just refreshing to make sure I had stop orders out, right? So we did put that Google order out. So that's all that happened. It's not. I just think that Prosper Pro, which is the system that we have here, P Pro 8 it's called, I just think it got hiccup there. There's a lot of volume coming through. There's probably a lot of traders actively looking at this market. So possibly a little delay there in logging in. But we're all good now. Keys ready to go. Live trading. Everything's all good. That ATVI, So you think you're taking a little longer to load. It's got to repopulate all these charts, I guess. ATVI, I took another fill there at 90.30. So that's possibly a good fill for now. We'll wait to see what happens. We are waiting for that number to come out again. Today, Activision Blizzard, based on our notes, is getting deleted from the NASDAQ 100. So again, it's going to be completely off the market, we think sometime next week. And the NASDAQ just getting ahead of that, removing it today on a Friday. And we still do anticipate ATVI to be actively trading on Monday. But if you did have any questions about this, please contact your broker if you're long Activision Blizzard and you want to hold those shares. The way it works out, I was long Twitter when that buyout happened, and you just get deposited $53.50 or whatever the price was. The broker will take about 3 days. They'll take the shares out of your blotter.
$54.20.
$54.20, thank you. And they'll put that back in. So, and it's pretty good. I don't know if they'll charge you a fee. I don't think they should, but they may do that, and then that's that. So, but again, contact your broker if you had any questions about Activision Blizzard. But today we're looking at basically a rebalance, not a deletion of the stock.
Yeah, yeah. Someone in the chat was talking about, I'm sorry, I lost the message there, but they're long Activision, or not Activision, Carvana at basically break even right now. What do I do? I'm not going to tell you what to do. In your long term, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
I'm not a
that's
swing
dangerous,
trader.
yeah.
I don't know how to invest. I lose on every investment or
That's
swing
not
trade. So don't trust what I'm saying, but until Carvana gives up the 30 level, I don't think that the squeeze is over. So if I'm, for me trading it, I'm going to be watching it every day until, 30 breaks down. But I mean, I don't really see the upside of holding a position. Like, if I was looking at this as a swing position, I would not punch long right now at 37. I don't know. So you could get out of it break even right now and get a better price later, or you think it's gapping up on Monday and going to $50. I don't know. I think $30 seems to be kind of the price of the most recent squeeze. So that $30 key level, I think, is maybe what you look to if you're looking for maybe a stop on a swing position. That's probably what I would look for. If that's too much risk, if you're long at 37 right now, and you don't want to pay $7 to the downside, then I think you got to start thinking about what to do with that position. I think 37's maybe a little high to be long on Carvana, unless it's really breaking out.
Yeah, I'll tell people what to do. My opinion would be similar. I think it's a risk to hold anything over the weekend.
Yeah, because what they do with these names is they find ways to push them down.
Exactly. This could just get engineered. Like, you just need. Morgan Stanley tried to get that thing bankrupt, and they put a $1 price tag on it when it was trading at $7. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, you came in that day and it was at $3.
Exactly.
So your account right there, you're right on Carvana. It's up, right? So if you held that stock, you're great, right? I mean, imagine being long at $7, but you get a JP Morgan, or that was Morgan Stanley, downgrading it that day. So what if that happens? And then all of a sudden, that's why I just preach responsibility. I'm not saying to get flat on it, but if you're trading options, you know what your risk level is, and if you're trading the equity, then hopefully you do have some kind of a downside risk tolerant level for yourself as well. And based on that knowledge, we're doing the same thing right now. 308.60. We're going to get out. That was the target that I was trying to look at before for Meta. If it does take this 308.60 right there, we're going to get out of that trade. Nope, didn't hit yet. Just looking to see what's going on. It was Activision Blizzard that's moving around out of the corner of my eye. So, all right, so we're going to wait for that to break. Either way, man, it's a good afternoon here for Meta. And then, to conclude the trade, a little bit of diamond hands on that last one, as AMD comes out for $6. So that was a good one. We'll dance it off one more time because I like the beat. That's right there. It's not quite Prad's beat. Prad's beat is much, much better than this one. The only problem is I got to pay Prad 17 cents every time we play it. So, yeah. So right there, I don't have to pay Fabian anything. But he did create that. Thank you, Fabian. That's one of my favorite.
Fabian crushing it with these new animations.
He is driving his new animations, and we missed the what's for lunch today. Let's correct that. Okay, so what was for lunch today? Everybody is going to hear right now. If you said chicken you've got yourself another chicken dinner winner on your hands right now today. So today's lunch, I had a salad, and again, it had the ham deli meat on it, but I did steal some of this. Grilled chicken. Yesterday, herb grilled chicken. Today, grilled chicken linguine.
You think they put the leftovers into the pasta?
Today, grilled chicken linguine with a tomato cream sauce. So, I'd try it out.
It actually looked
yeah, it was
good.
like a vodka sauce. Yeah, it was like a tomato cream sauce. So,
Yeah.
and it was linguine. Normally you'll have penne alla vodka or something like that, but it was pretty tasty. I just put a little bit of sauce there on top of the salad. I don't know. It's kind of strange to do that, but that's what I did.
That is pretty weird.
As we go, yeah, that is pretty weird, right? So I actually stole. That's why I'd rather not comment on it was yesterday's chicken, because I did put a little bit of chicken on there. Because again, you got to get that protein, baby. So anyways, all right, let's move on. That was what's for lunch. I actually think that should say what's for lunch. If that's for Fabian, forget about it, man. You're working too hard as it is. Okay.
You know that he's going to change that now.
I know he's going to change that now. Why did I even say that? But okay, it's because I'm always like, what's for lunch? Why is Meta? Okay, I was going to say, why is Meta not getting out? I saw my net sort of getting worse and worse there. But there goes Meta. We take it out at 60 again. Cha-ching. Nothing wrong with ringing the registers, as we are minutes away. Brendan just gave us the update. No change at all to the imbalance locator number of roughly 4 bills. So right now we don't have anything on there. Once you log out and back in our system, it clears out all the imbalances that are old from the morning and only updates recent imbalances. So right now there's nothing, but we are expecting, I'll sort it by size when it comes out, and we have about 4 minutes until we possibly see something happen right here. And that's ATVI. So we're not, we'll see. That's funny, Brankles. I kind of got to go run and take one myself right now for that. But that's because we were drinking some beer.
Yeah, one sip, that's all you need.
It just runs right through you when you get to be my age, that's for sure. No, I hope everyone's been enjoying the show, man. We got all those likes up, man. We're setting some records in the afternoon here for likes, so thank you so much for that. And thank you for joining the show. You can see that we have a couple trades on right now. That ATVI is getting near the lows again into the 20s. So I'm going to take one more piece out here, and then we'll hold the rest. We will now be out of 40% of our trade if we get, there we go, we got the fill at 26. So now we'll just wait for it. We've already sort of cashed out a little bit. We did not put on anywhere near the amount of shares that, obviously looking back, that we probably should have. But again, this is just one of those trades, guys, and all the traders that are out there, that you really want to hold close to your chest, because ATVI could come out of buy. And then the next thing you know, this thing is ripped up. We already have our stop in there. So if this goes, remember where our stop was, first of all, on this? 90.70. So this is a 50, so it's a 15-cent risk to be in the money now 40. So there it is. Wish we didn't take any out up there, but here it comes. ATVI making dreams come true. Hopefully it can get to the downside, and all the boys behind us will be able to hit this trade max into the close, especially if it does come as. Look, this is I'm such a bad trader. I'm going to take another fill at 90.10. I just said no more fills, and then all of a sudden it just tanks down like that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a fill. So just as I said, I'm not going to get emotional about my trades. Here it comes in there, coming back down to the downside. So I'll watch this. We will have half left. Okay, I mean I'm going to take a 50 cents here if this can fill. So we'll do that. Be happy with it. Hold half for that dream, and possibly, you'll see me probably. I'll tell you if I add to it on this trade going through. So here we go. We'll see what happens with that imbalance coming out in now just 2 minutes max. And other than that, man, not much else popping off for me. The only trade that we have left, let's just check out where our meta fill was. That's still good. That's still in the money. Well, our fill's still flat. AMD did drop a little bit, but that's still a flat fill, so I'm happy with that. Apple, look, see, any chart that I haven't loaded up is going to take a second. And then Google as well. We already talked about where our fill would be on that. That's come back in a little bit there. So shout out to my good friend Phil as well.
Sean, how do you keep a level head with all these positive comments that come in every day on the chat, man?
What else are they saying?
I don't know. Best show on YouTube. You guys are so much better than Bloomberg.
But I already know that.
My account is at the high because of this show. I mean, love it. Love
It
it.
is what it is. No, the only comment that people were like, oh man, it should be Max and Sean.
No way.
They want that show. But
No,
come
no,
on, I mean,
no.
you got to let's show some love for my guy. I mean,
Neil's a legend.
you know, Neil's a legend in his own right as well. So, you know, we'll get that, man. But you know what? No. And I say, you said best show on YouTube. We all have been preaching that for a long time. I just feel like we're trying to give the people and the traders what they want. It's education. It's free. We are experienced traders. We have trading ideas. We trade active names. We look at the chat. We give stuff away, watch list every single day. That's completely free. Trader TV Live, Sean is completely free. Neil, Brendan, all of our accounts up there, all completely free, not selling a damn thing. That was the whole point of what we're trying to do. And holy crap, ATVI heading to the downside right now. Get your bids ready as this name. Now that I say this, it's probably going to come out of buy, which is going to screw everybody up.
Going for that 90 break, though, that could be
2
juicy.
and 1. Well, it's some big movements up here. Let's sort by size and see exactly what it is. It's not even on here. It's 1 million shares. That is a non-starter for me. So I'm getting out of this Activision trade. That is the biggest nothing burger maybe of all time. But let's just wait to see. Maybe it gets bigger. That's the one thing that could definitely happen. This can grow. So there's Activision. We just got some more out. Here it comes back in. So let's not, I got out of another 10% more right there on that move back up for ATVI. Let's put one more bid at 90 bucks. Bang, let's go like that. Let's slap ourselves around a little bit because now the money's flowing in here on ATVI. This is exactly what we called. We knew that this was gonna happen. We gave this trade to you and there it is right now. Whether or not you guys wanna take it or not, up to you. It seems a lot smaller than we thought. I don't know what the amount of shares we were even thinking, but I thought coming out of the NASDAQ that we'd have a little more love than 2 million shares.
Yeah.
It's already paired off to 10. So 10 plus 2, we could all just do the math. This is going to change. So initially it was about 11 million shares to sell. They've already done the work on 9.5 of them. So right now there's only 1.5 left. And there we go. Now people are pairing it off. So more bids are coming in to pair this name off. That's what it's called, pairing off. So we have to look at Snapchat now. What didn't we get? Okay, Snapchat not moving. I was like, okay, 4 million shares. Maybe Snapchat is the shiny piece to trade, but no.
That's only $40 million or $50 million or whatever, right?
Wait a second, the
4
Trade
million.
Club. What
oh,
the
yeah,
heck?
TTD is a sell? That makes no sense.
That makes-
300 million to
We
sell?
talked about putting TTD in your long-term account because this is getting, oh, wait a second.
This is
These are
getting
the wrong
added.
way. TTD is
the
going
wrong
into
way.
the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
And ATVI is coming out.
Yeah.
This should be a buy. This could flip. So
Yeah, that TTD could be something.
TTD could be the trade that people want, not Activision Blizzard. So we'll wait to see what happens here for the trade desk. It should be a buy, I guess. I don't know. We didn't even talk about it. So the main number there is 998 to sell. Man, I'm glad. I'll keep it on ATVI. Man, I'm glad that we got a little bit out there at O's. Let's put another bid right here at 20. See if we can get that fill. I know there's a lot of traders that are waiting for this. Activision still could go. Don't get depressed with what's happening here. At 355, this is going to flip, I would imagine, at some point. We've always seen that happen. I would not be surprised if TTD goes into the buy side. It is coming back down. It's down $1 on that move. Let's just see what's happening with that. Checks notes, Google, still down. It's all good on that one. I'm going to switch my order. So I got to, you know the new thing about these stop orders? You got to cancel your order, for your old stop order before you put your new one in. That's what sometimes screws me up.
Yeah. The thing with that TTD is since it was announced that it was going into this exchange, or to this index, sorry, it's gone from $76 up to $92.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
I mean, naturally, there's probably sellers on this that are saying, all right, I just made $16 per share on a $70 stock. What is that, 20%?
Yep, you're not wrong.
That's kind of a ridiculous profit on that in a mere 3 or 4 days. So I can see why there might be some natural selling coming into that TTD name.
ATVI is going down again, though.
Yeah.
I'll take an 02 bid again. I
Good,
feel like,
good short there on that breakdown on that Activision.
yeah, I
like that's
think it
just
was the
flipping
breakdown.
around.
I think it was the breakdown trade that you needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, TTD up to 5 million shares to sell now. So 500 million almost on the imbalance.
So it's the
there on
other way,
TTD.
literally. Yeah,
So that's really cranking to the downside. You got a lot of room on this one to the downside. I don't know how much an imbalance is going to affect the price of this name. you know, is this really going to go down $5 on this? Probably not. And someone probably steps in and decides to pair this imbalance.
Euthanasia just hit the. This is the best comment I've ever seen on the show. Mr. Beast looks like Max. That is right. I never even heard of Mr. Beast, but I'm just joking. But I've heard of Max. And Max, yeah, Mr. Beast does look like you. So shout out to Mr. Beast. Copy Max. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, that's a good one. Thanks, Euthanasia, for that. That was funny. That made my afternoon a little bit there. Because when you just even first started, I remember everyone's like, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah.
And they're actually right, man. You know, Mr. Beast's a handsome guy. You know.
Really?
Is what it is. Okay.
All right.
All right. I noticed, okay, so Secret Treasures notices that I rapidly punch in with no hesitation. Yeah. I ain't hesitating. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. What's going on with TTD? Did that just bust up there? No, I don't know what people are cheering on, but there goes Activision Blizzard trying to go down again. It just went to 89.80. Where is ATVI on here?
ATVI went to a sell, and then
you let me know, Max, if
it's
there's
kind of
anything you
flipping
need.
around between a big sell and nothing. So something weird going on with that ATVI.
Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going to wait out for that one. Here we go. Nice little downside move. We just took some more out at 90. I don't have any market on close trades set up for this, so we're just going to wait to see what does happen. It's still there. It's still 2 million shares. They're going to have to find liquidity. There's not 2 million shares on the book. So if they're going to find liquidity at a fair price, it is going to have to get driven down. So watch out for ATVI right here. If you're watching it, you're probably watching it like a hawk. I can keep it activated there. There it is. It just went to 2.6 million, now 1.9 million. The only way, if you guys are watching this, you can get the fill if you don't have the order out. You got to put a NASDAQ book feed out there. So you got to sit on the NASDAQ gateway to get that volume coming into the end of the day. So if that's something that you guys were looking at, then that's that. So I'm going to put out some bids right now. I just punched some more out. We'll put some lower bids here in case it does fill. And then if it doesn't fill, then we'll punch it at the aftermarket. And hopefully there's some volume there as well on that. But there's only 4 minutes to go right now. Market on close and balance, Brendan already gave that to us. It was, if I didn't say it, it was $1 billion to sell. It was $998 million to sell on the close. Only, I believe that number is only considering New York names. So, but generally, if you do have ATVI, that's going to add a lot to that number because 3 million times 90, right? 270 right there, back in 2.7 actually back in there. 300 or 3 million times $90. Yeah, big order there for ATVI into the book today. Only 3 minutes left. So, yeah. Okay, Google came out. Oh, we talked about that. We got out at 25. Okay, so that's out right now. AMD, nice upside move. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Our Meta's out right there. Let's check Nicola. I know that was a big one here for us today as well. Nicola made that move up to 3. Faded out, dropped down to 2. Great trade on that. I feel like I won't be here on Monday. Yeah, so you guys like the show with me and Max all week, but it's going to be Max and Neil Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm back Wednesday. Max can take a break again. Thank you again for everything you've been doing, and you're saving us. And then I'll be back for the week and a half, and then again I go to lovely Rome, and that should be a lot of fun there. So I will miss a little bit of that action coming through in the first week of August as well, Max. So
you've been to Rome before, I imagine?
Pardon me?
You've been to Rome?
I have, but only been to Rome once. So
only once.
It's yeah. So I'll be seeing some paisans over there and see what's going on with Rome. So yeah, Jim Rome. You know Jim Rome?
Jim Rome? No.
No. Okay. All right. All right. He used to be a sports guy. He's kind of not like a Skip Bayless, but that role, like Stephen A. Smith, like a talk show. That's what I'm looking for, right there. The Jim Rome show was one of the very first ones. Like he'd have a pod. He probably has a pod. I don't know what's up with Jim Rome. I haven't heard about that guy in a while. I hope he didn't pass away or anything. Okay. Yeah. So all right, let's go, man. That's Nicola. We can check out ATVI now into the close. So we'll see what's going on with these positions. We've made back a very, very decent amount of money. Watch out for the size. I'm just going to keep ATVI highlighted right now. So we'll watch out for that to see if it does flip over and where we go from here on Activision Blizzard. So oops. I said I'd keep it highlighted and I clicked off of it. Here it goes. It's starting to go back up to the upside. Let's just see what happens with this trade. I have a bid lower. I do not have the market on close order out, which sucks. Probably should do that if I want to be part of the imbalance. But here we go. It's just dancing around. I did want to check TTD quickly. I will go back to ATVI. TTD just continued its move down. We should have shorted that one instead of Activision Blizzard. But here we go with only now 45 seconds left on the bell. We'll see where Activision prints. You're going to hear a shit ton of yelling and screaming behind us, I'd imagine at this point. But right now, with only 30 seconds left, let's see where it goes. It's just hovering around 90.15 right now. It's been up, it's been down, people wiping it out. There should be some big positions coming through on this trade. So
there's some big bids there at 08s, 07s. Interesting action there on ATVI.
Tens.
I'm short, looking for something here.
I think Katrine's going to be on the bell right now. Just ring it with a pen or something, Katrine, if you can. Why is that so wound up right now? With only 10 seconds to go, here she goes. She's running over to that as we wait to see what happens with Activision Blizzard in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 07s it came out. Is that true? I saw an 07 print, so I'm canceling all of mine. I don't know if that printed.
Yeah, printed 07s
or
there.
not. So it printed 07. So that's okay. So there we go. That was relatively uneventful.
Pretty uneventful, yeah.
Unless you took the break.
Yeah, if you took that breakdown with your full size.
Which I didn't.
Of course. I mean, who's going to do? I mean, anything can happen when that imbalance comes out. That could have came out a big buy, and then it shoots up $2. And if you don't have the right orders in there, you're screwed. No, not yet.
I know. Man, we are really big drinkers, man. We
yeah.
popped these an hour ago, and I feel like I still got a quarter left of this. But again, thank you so much for watching today. What a big show. I'll give Max all the credit when we get back. Let's go back over to Brendan and figure out where this market wound up.
Started out pretty flat, ends pretty flat, guys. We are in the red for the most part across this board. 0.1 to the downside for the S&P 500. All three of the Russells, the 2,000 there, the worst off. A full percent in negative territory. Both the NASDAQ 100 and composite basically flat on the day. 0.38 for the composite when all is said and done, guys.
I'm just going to hit this.
Yeah. We're just talking about that big bid that was there at 07 or 08, and then that's, of course, where it closed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what can you expect? You see big bids.
Yep, for sure.
Totally expect that to close.
So what a great week, man. Max, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you're going to be with Neil on Monday, Tuesday, so we'll look forward to that. Neil's back from his vacay, which is he was out camping. So we'll see. We'll get some feedback from him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not here. I got to spend time. The brother-in-law's in town. I've explained that. We're going over to his place on Sunday, swimming, barbecue, sleepover, and then we're golfing on Monday morning. Then we're heading back. Then I got a thing with, I've never been on a dirt bike. You? Like a dirt bike. Like
No.
not like a moped.
I don't think so. No.
Right, yeah. So Honda, I'm going to be doing that with the whole family.
That's fun.
Like, you're going to put my kids on a dirt bike? Are you crazy? So let's see. I probably got to fill out some waivers for all that. We'll see how that goes. But I will be back on Wednesday, which should be, again, I'll miss a couple days. We'll regroup. Today, I'm like breathing a sigh of relief, man. Today was a dangerous morning and a very, very profitable afternoon. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. On the after show, I'd be forbidden not to say that it's Greg on the show, because if anybody wants to talk, and I don't know what the topics are going to be, but I know Greg's been talking a lot about crypto with Pratt and things like that. So we'll look forward to a little bit of talk. Greg will
Greg's going to walk through the
is.
camera. Right. He almost
No,
did.
you ruined it. Come on, man.
I shouldn't have said
he
that.
was going to walk through that. But Greg is the manager of the Toronto trading floor. So if you guys had maybe any questions about hiring or anything like that, maybe Greg can go over that, and that should be a lot of fun. And shout out to Prad, who's about to put in the work here after 4 o'clock. So we'll find out if Prad had the ATVI trade or what the story was with that. But again, thank you so much for watching. It's been a great week. I want to thank everybody again. Thanks to Max beside me here. Thanks to Fabian and Ramin. Great job. Thanks to Kat for ringing the bell pretty much every day and all the hard work that she's doing. And just thank to all the viewers as well. Thank you to Bears vs. Bulls for another successful week. And we're just going to come back every single day for you. If the market's open, someone will be here broadcasting live. That's what Trader TV Live is all about, man. We're a family, and it's not going to stop. And we want to thank everybody for joining us one more time. So, all right, from everybody here. Brendan, let's go. Cheers one more time. I don't know if you're done or not. I have a feeling Brendan's done.
Oh, yeah.
See, that was, you know what I need? I need a that was easy button as well. So, all right, cheers to everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and we're going to throw you over to Pratt and Greg. Ciao.
Welcome to the after party. It is a wonderful Friday. Markets have been all over the spot, upside, downside, giving you longs on all-time highs.